Starting off with a relatively high level of site and sub participation at 2.7k upvotes. Quick! Upvote to scare off the liberal refugees. From Vaush V, no doubt. The anti-Israel left needs to take a hard look at itself. You go, King. Absolutely. 100%. Thankfully, probably because my prior reputation, there are not many people in my community, liberals or otherwise, that have been playing defense for Israel. Looking good, King. I love the cocked eyebrow. The edit there. Incredibly good. The real sub. She asked for a nude. I sent her an AI-generated artwork of Vaush and Destiny in front of Congress, shaking their hands and rebuilding their friendship, and she blocked me. Can you imagine? Hey, we're not the same height. Then I realized that she wanted a nude of my body. I, a fool, sent her one of my soul. This is subtle pro-Destiny propaganda. For one, this shirt is ironed. For two, he's not as tall as me. For three, I would never wear a full black worsted suit, okay? I would texture it with brown or perhaps a herringbone pattern. Oh, this is the guy. Destiny Vaush Forever. What's up? This is the guy. I wonder how he's doing these days. You know, it's been a little while since DC. Green line shattered. Yeah, green line analysis lovers being given more material. That guy looks like Matt Walsh. Lib chat. 521 comments. That's ominous. Climate change will kill us all. So true. We gotta stop with the meat billions. You guys got mad at this one. That's true. Yeah, listen, guys, okay? It's not like I live the life of a vegetarian, but like, holy shit, man. Any sensible analysis of the amount of resources that we commit and the subsidies that go into meat eating, you know? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. It's insane. Genuinely, it's insane. But chicken? Well, the beef industry is a lot more ecologically demanding than the chicken industry. But if you count every life as a life, we do kill like 5 million chickens a second. So that's probably not good. As an Alaskan who grew up in a trailer park surrounded by nature, I got extremely depressed the few times I've been to the lower 48 and saw just how much beautiful prairie and forest have been destroyed for the beef industry. Yep. So much of it. God damn. We gotta subsidize, like, I don't know, beans and rice or something, you know? Breaking. Them wins the Louisiana sheriff's race by 1 vote. When people say every vote counts, this is what that means. Ah, the liberals made it into a OKBV anyway. No, really, though. Stuff like this happens surprisingly often, you know? Since there's a tendency towards mutual polarization going on, like, you're gonna run into more and more situations where things are kind of down to the wire like this, you know? God damn. Look at this guy's face. Why is your face so small? Charlie Kirk syndrome.
I'm killing you. I don't care about anything else. I don't give a shit about anything else. My programming is just get that fucking guy right now. It doesn't, there is no like, oh, he's running, I'll back off a little. Nope, it's just until I get you.
Remarkable. And true. Oh, man. Especially in local elections. Yeah, this isn't even like a defense of the Democratic Party. It's just like listening to any Republican talk about anything they want or anything they believe in. It's like, it's just the death party, you know? It's the death party. I miss the TF2. I miss the TF2 anime. Are they animatics if they're official? The TF2 animations, I don't know. Sargon, Nebraska. Hey, little man, how it's going? I've never, quote, called for genocide. I said in the past that it seems like the conflict will never end until one side eliminates the other, and if that were the case, I'd honestly prefer Israel to win over the Arabs. My idea policy would be a two-state solution, but I'm not sure either side has the appetite for it at the moment. Yeah, I feel bad for kickstarting this guy's career. Turned out to be a real dingus, huh? The logic underlying this is, of course, identical to that of the white supremacists. The idea that all races or all ethnicities are locked in an innate conflict for supremacy. You know, if you listen to like white nationalists defend their arguments, like actually lay them out and defend them, usually their underlying belief is that every race is trying to kill the others for supremacy or displace them or oppress them or whatever. They just want their side to win, you know? It's a presumption that sort of necessarily produces bad political takes. Thanks, Mistress Lynn. New political spectrum just dropped. True! Thank you, Ban, for using slurs. So goddamn true. We have a very base spectrum you know, right here. Anything outside of that, though. Anything outside of that. I wish there was another space for pro-Ukraine and pro-Palestine, but unfortunately there's not. It's just, you know, it's just that wing. We need like the right-wing turnaround, right? We need like pro-Azovist you know, Ukraine stans who also support Palestine because they're anti-Semitic or something. And that would be like a very tiny window right here. Unfortunately, all right-wingers have collectively agreed correctly that Russia is the real pro-Nazi faction in their conflict. So probably not going to happen. That certainly was a debate tactic. You should come visit. We can bang. Oh, you're sweet. You should come visit. We can bang. Hello, human resources. Is that what she looked like? Is this what she looked like? Listen, guys, okay? You gotta shed these hoes, all right? You gotta shed them off you like water off a roof. Who is that? I was debating some chick, and she employed the debate tactic of what if I flirt with you? Which, as a gay man, obviously that's not gonna work on me, you know? Vaush fumble. I don't fumble. I spike the ball like a footballer who's just crossed the line. I don't fumble anything. The lower motion of the ball is deliberate and purposeful. She looks good though. I like red glasses. I like glasses, you know? Glasses are cute. Tactical sexual harassment is one of the secret debate. True! Very true. She used it to show her interlocutors their language didn't scare her. God damn it, that post. Northly Vaush just had an awesome discussion with Vaush V. Vaush is a disgrace to political Twitch. I saw McDonald's once and he took food off my plate, took a huge bite of it, called me a shit lib and kicked me in the dick. When is this from? Is this all fake? The text looks fake. Oh, 2021? Didn't I have Noah Smith on? I did talk to Noah Smith though. Didn't I? I feel like I did. I don't know. Kind of nerdy looking guy, I think, right? It's real, I remember it. Ah, okay. I chose to believe you did. Sometimes things are morally true, even if they're not empirically true. Vaush, unironically, with the GigaChat side view. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Oh, I'm wearing the same suit here as I am right now. I must misremember. I swear that I was wearing a different suit jacket on that day, but I guess my memory's failing me. This is not my expensive suit jacket. This one's like not that much. Why is he wearing a suit? Because I'm in DC, motherfucker. I did look good there. Maybe you wore both at different days? No, I think I would have remembered that. I love that jacket. One of the best you worn. Thank you. Here, wait. How would I look? Hold on one second. Let me see how I'd look with the expensive one. We're demonstrating our wealth and prowess by tactically switching suits during the OKBV. I swear you did the same thing during the last OKBV segment. Maybe. Nice shoulder fit. Well done. It's fine. I've gotten more particular about how my my clothing fits. This one, however, has more structure than the other one. Ruben. Silly little boy. Look good, but red tones suit you better. I agree. Where'd you get that suit? They're all from Nordstrom Rack. But I know a lot more about suits now, so I'm not going to make the same mistake. Make the same mistakes. Silly boy. All right. Artemy. He's getting bigger. He's probably just about done growing, I'd say. During heavy shelling in Gaza, former school teacher Isif Al-Kochinska has been traveling throughout the city and taking care of unaccompanied minors. Locals have started calling him the Gaza Kid Finder for his seemingly supernatural ability to find young boys. Very true. Oh god, that collar gap. Holy shit. I need to get rid of the suit. Oh my god. Yes, very, very true. Extremely true. Yeah, and the man bun. But I got rid of the man bun. The meme will never not be funny. Can you believe? I'm still pretty sure it was made by people who dislike me, but it's so funny, you know? You're literally a different person from them. Yeah, there are still people in chat who say that I should get the man bun back and like dress in anime t-shirts, you know? ML seeing innocent Israelis being murdered. Is this praxis? Uh-oh. The liberals. No, I kid. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a world where Hamas could sort of successfully wage a liberatory war, you know, for the Palestinian people, and it's not the world we lived in, you know. It's not good. It's not good. Hassan has ruined the word praxis for me. How often does Hassan say praxis? DGG are defending Israel being extremely racist. Looks at profile DGG. Does this happen a lot? Is this true? I'm turning to my sources. Is this true? Does this happen a lot? Yes? Ah. Well, like I said, real VGG heads have their heads on straight with this one. School, hospital, mosque, building, police station, shop, resort, restaurant, street, house, factory, Hamas space. You know, it's pretty tragic to see this as well, because like this was in the early period of the conflict where it was like, you know, maybe if we keep talking about it, things will change. And we did keep talking about it, and it's just gotten worse and nothing's changed. Now, say the Arabic one. I don't know how to do that without being racist. I'm really sorry. That's all I've got. Bitches feel like can't stand imperialism. 10 minutes later, me and the bestie. How prescient that earlier we would have seen a Hassan drama clip. Yeah. Man, it's disappointing, you know. I leaving aside any kind of personal beefs or whatever, it sure would be very nice if he could get over this for the sake of, like, I don't know, socialist advocacy. It'd be good. I'd like that, you know. I'd be cool with that. I just value consistency, that's all. Yeah, and I know that people are going to be inconsistent sometimes. That's just part of life, you know. It's just like he has been consistent in being bad about this, but you know, I don't know. $1 billion barred from bankruptcy. Mr. President, Ukraine needs billions of dollars more aid. Who's going to pay for this? I've got bad news for you, Alex. This is just a Stone Toss comic presented here uncritically in the affirmative. This is not edited, you know? Absolutely. Thank you, Stud. What a brilliant idea. Of course, as was pointed out in the panel the other day, the aid we provide to Ukraine overwhelmingly is in the form of old equipment that we were going to decommission anyway. You know, if anything, we're being saved money because now we don't have to pay for its decommission and destruction and so on. All we have to do is ship it on over. Thank you, Biden, for saving us that money. Chad, is this real? It's a new day in America that happens every 24 hours, moron. Didn't know this would be so enduring. Is this the YouTube guy who got his Discord leaked where he talks about how he likes horse cocks? Yeah, he also eats kids live on stream. Hold on. I resent the implication that the horse cock thing was a Discord leak. You know, a leak implies an otherwise airtight vessel through which a crack has formed. No effort was made to contain this at any point. You know, it's not a leak. It's more of a splash. Blitler, Jitler, Gitler, Tritler, Mittler, Native Americaner, and Whitler. But enough about politics. Now it's time to be gay for goats for 30 to 40 minutes. Hey, it got my ass. Yeah, me concluding the politics section of my stream with a 5-minute reminder that non-white, non-cis, non-straight, non-men are capable of being politically problematic as well. Now that I've got that out of the way, we've got 3 hours and 55 uninterrupted minutes of me explaining how of me doing like American Psycho views of business card-esque bits while staring at a $4,000 coat or whatever. Did you guys weren't here, not all of you were here for the stream yesterday where I was looking at a shirt available on suitsupply.com that was $150. And I was like, I'm not buying an $150 t-shirt. And then I was like, oh, look at that tasteful off-white coloring. Oh, look at the beautiful fabric, you know. He bought 2. Unironically, I would consider buying it, but they're not on sale anymore. Maybe they'll come back in on sale in a future drop or whatever. But right now they're not. Would you consider embracing the long overcoat drip? I have a coat. I have a full wool overcoat. I'm very happy with it. I would show it off on stream, but I can't really wear a coat that well while sitting down. I'd be sitting on it, or I'd have to rumple it behind the chair, you know, as least-based Swifty posting. Update, as you know, I haven't been very active the past couple months because I was in prison. I'm back now, though. More Taylor Swift updates coming soon. Oh my god, why I refuse to join the IDF now. Queen, absolute queen, or king. This person's probably a gay man. You know, knowing what I know. Yeah, no, absolutely. Giga Chad shit either way. There was a bit of not drama. That's not the right term. There was a lot of attention being given to an 18-year-old in Israel going to prison for 30 days for refusing to join the IDF, and I saw a lot of discourse about that. A lot of that was lefties doing the same shit as always, where they're like, only 30 days? That's hardly very much to do. You know, some stupid shit like that. What a lot of people don't know, hold on, I found it. What a lot of people don't know is that the 30-day prison sentence, you know what happens after the 30-day prison sentence? You know what happens? You know what they ask you after you're in there for 30 days? Want to join the IDF now? No? Okay. And then you go back. It's not, yeah, it's 30 days to reconsider. It's not 30 days, period. Enough Vaush spam. I remember this subreddit. Authoritarianism is when my mommy won't let me download bestiality porn. In response to the video, Second Thought doesn't understand socialism. Got my ass. Perfect encapsulation of the video's content. Again, I've said this so many times before, and I still mean it. I'm never joking when I say this. I don't understand why people who don't like me keep up with the bestiality thing. It has never been anything but funny. Ever. Like, there are so many things that you can accuse me of, the vast majority of which dishonestly, but you know, whatever, that make me seem bad. When you start making horse dick jokes, I mean, I don't know. It's just funny. At this point, EVS and OKBV are the same sub anyway. Yeah, essentially. Would you like to name them? Yeah, I do hate the poor. Yeah, I do like a little comedy grimace whenever I see a homeless person walking down the street. I do like this is my confession. I actually do the Ojo-sama laugh in real life whenever a person of lower class asks something of me that I consider to be like, when I'm shopping somewhere like Nordstrom and then a worker comes up to me and asks like, hey, can I help you? I go, oh, before getting my, I don't know, dad to fire them or something. My dad works at Nintendo. The what laugh? The Ojo-sama laugh. You've heard it before in anime, probably in Sailor Moon or something. Great trope. Queen from Deltarune ass laugh. Yeah, the Ojo-sama laugh. At this point, I actually most remember it as, I associate it so much, even though she doesn't have any voiced lines, with the Amori character. The little like princess chick with the mace, the one with the bangin' soundtrack. That's who I associate the Ojo-sama laugh with. What was her name? Sweetheart, that's it. Because she does the face when you fight her. Amori has such great art design, man. Holy shit. That's true, Sarah of the Sahara, yeah. That's one of the reasons why conservative comedy tends not to work that well, I think. If you're actually really, 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 really angry, it's really tough to make good jokes. It's one of the reasons why anti-trans comedy almost never remains comedy, right? Like, it's not hard to find jokes that are pretty transphobic, but also funny. I saw one earlier today on Twitter that said something like, misogynistic trans dudes weird me out, like, bro, don't forget your factory settings, or something like that. That is definitionally, you know, a transphobic joke. But a lot of the people in the replies, many of whom were trans guys, were like, "Oh, haha, she out of pocket, but she right though." Whatever. It's immediately understandable that the purpose of that joke is to make a joke. Like, no conservative pundit would say that. Can you imagine like Matt Walsh saying that? No, of course not, because the premise of the joke presupposes the validity of the trans identity. At no point does it ever say, like, trans men aren't men. In fact, it calls them he. So the joke pre-assumes the validity of that claim. It's just making, like, a crass joke in addition to that, you know? But conservatives can't do that. They can't meet you halfway because that would require any degree of ideological flexibility. They would need to be able to weave around a bit, but that would be contrary to their dogma. So they just make shitty, stupid, angry, like from across the fence jokes. Jokes. And when you're joking, but you're not really joking is the thing, you know? That's the real issue, I feel. That anime, did you watch Pluto? No. Oh, has anyone in chat watched Heavenly Delusion, by the way? I watched one episode of it, and I was immediately taken aback by how interested I was and how pretty it was. I haven't watched the rest of it, so don't spoil it for me. But I was really impressed with how good it looked. Have you watched Freeren? No. Okay. I have not. And normally, I don't go for this kind of thing, but I saw a clip on Twitter of the English dub of Freeren, where there's like a 4-foot-tall elf woman, and I thought, oh, it's going to be like a lolicon thing. But then she talks, and she has an incredibly deep voice, and she just wants to pat everyone in the head. Now, that's not usually the kind of bait that works for me, but I do respect, conceptually, deep voice, short stack elf mommy. Like that's an archetype that I'm open to. So is Freeren actually good, or does it just have the short stack, deep voice mom elf? What was it called? Heavenly Delusion. Snepian. Freeren is really good? No, it's really good? Okay. Then I'll take a look at... I'll finish Heavenly Delusion, and I'll watch Freeren. Wait, how many episodes are there of Freeren? It's one season that's out, right? So just 13 episodes or less? 13, 12? Only 16. Oh, that's still more than I expected, but okay. Yeah. You know what's good? Scavenger's Reign. I haven't heard anything about Scavenger's Reign. Well, anyway. The Absolute Mad Lad actually did it. True Shark! My man! What's up? Looking good. Anyone else feel like Matt Walsh is giving, like, slight Megamind energy here? Why does his... he looks like Agent Smith when his forehead is about to explode from the rest of his body. You know? What's going on here? Why is it bulging up here? Is that his big brain? Do not insult Megamind like this. I'm sorry, I like Megamind. I've never seen it, but I like it. When a walrus meets a shark. Oh, cute! Love it. That's really, really cute. Thank you, Better Place Art. Love that. Megamind is better than Despicable Me. I've heard that. I mean, I've seen so many clips of it, I feel like I've seen the whole damn movie at this point. God damn it, it's spreading. What? 196.48. Rule eugenics for dogs. I can't tell if this post is meant to imply that we should do eugenics more, or if we're acknowledging that we do it for dogs, or is it arguing that it's bad to do it for dogs? This was during the Pitbull discourse. Okay, guys, there is nothing innately wrong with eugenics for dogs. It's bad if it leads to bad outcomes, but there's nothing innately harmful about it. Yes, there is. Is there? The inbreeding of dogs is bad? Yeah, but you can do selective breeding that's not inbreeding. It's incest in 90% of cases. Is it? Look up the methods. No, I'm not getting distracted by this. No, I'm not. No. Politician you disagreed with dies. Socialists and conservatives yeehawing, liberals. This is a very sad day for all of us. He might have made hitting women a mandatory subject in school, sold weapons to 8 different dictators, and supported the Eating Babies lobby, but he also said Orange Man was bad. That makes him a very honorable man to me. The thing that's even more psychotic about this is that liberals will engage in this behavior even if they don't say Orange Man is bad. This is what I mean about malicious abstemiousness, where liberals are so weak that sometimes it feels like they're paving the road for fascists to take over. God, Ruben has been making so many noises lately. He's hitting like cat voice puberty. This happens mostly with male cats, where like they'll have their kitten squeaks, and then at some point they'll sound raspy because their voice drops, and then they have like their normal cat squeaks or whatever. And he's being so loud. Like you know what he did the other day? He zoomed past me while I was playing Baldur's Gate, and then I hear plum 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 in the bathroom over there, and then so I go over there, and he has melted into the sink bowl, and he's just staring at me while purring as I slowly turn the faucet on him, and then he spends like a full minute staring at the water, like pour onto his belly. I can hear he's doing it right. Ruben. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, because he's cute. What's your Baldur's Gate 3 build? What difficulty? I'm playing a ranger, and Asterion is a sorcerer, and Karlach is a fighter, and Shadowheart is a cleric, and it's on tactician. Boo, boring. Fuck off. I've tried like 50 classes. I'm fine with ranger. Why? What do you want from me? Shut up. Why are you changing their classes? Because I can. What do you want from me? Be rogue? I don't like stealth shuffling. Shut up. Is this true, fellas? W Drunken Master. Is smart sounds dumb. Ethan Klein. Is smart sound smart. Steven. Is dumb sounds dumb. Hassan. Is dumb sounds smart. Me. Yes, and you know what? This actually takes the highest level of intelligence, right? Because to sound smart when you are dumb means you have to punch above your weight class. Truly a proletarian section of the square, you know? Yeah, if you're smart and you sound smart, like, congratulations, you know, wow. Like, imagine how talented a man must be to sound this good while having 4 IQ. Exactly. Vaush, I'm glad is hot. NATO's imperialist. I disagree. NATO's imperialist. Why am I old here? NATO is objectively an imperialist organization. The problem is that lefties boil down the conversation to all imperialism being like equally destructive, where Russia invading Ukraine is comparable to like NATO passively extending Western political interests by inviting countries to join its military alliance. You know, it's kind of like how China's Belt and Road Initiative is also a form of imperialism, but it's like soft imperialism, you know? Not quite the same as an invasion. New meme format. Fanboy wasn't lying. That pussy can squirt. You people are disgusting. It is a good picture, though. Emma was nice. It was nice seeing Emma. Vaush fan meeting. Well, this is awkward. This is, no, this is trans discords, is what this is, okay? Or maybe gamer discords. Anime discords. There we go. Anime discords. It's got to be. Warhammer 40k meet. Ah, that's true. That's true. 100%. True to form, the Nazi guy couldn't draw the swastika right. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, that's a hallmark, a classic. But yeah. Dude, the 40k community has shifted so much to the left over the past decade. It's pretty nice. At some point, you'll hear in the news about communists getting murdered by Vaush or Keffels fans. This is where the dehumanizing rhetoric will lead to. If you're constantly calling people tankies and saying they're worse than Hitler, what do you expect? It's actually a precursor to a modern Rwanda genocide, where Vaush and Keffels fans are going to take to the streets with machetes and carve up communists, you know. When your children ask you, what did you do to keep that from happening? You won't have an answer. Yeah, nuts, and it works out. 4chan Nazis in 2014. Die, you backward savages. Where they are now. Die, you Nazi backward savages. That's so true. The Taliban not paying proper homage to their namesake, honestly. How are you going to call yourselves the Taliban and not support the People's Islamist counterinsurgency in the Gaza Strip, you know? Like, what are we even talking about? You liberate Afghanistan from the corrupt kid ANA and their Western allies, and you do what? You know? Remember this banger? Yeah, I remember. Games Workshop coming to terms with the fact that their fan base is so retarded they don't understand that the Empire, or the Imperium, is meant to be a satire of authoritarianism and not an unironic endorsement of it, you know? Average 40k fan reading through the Horus Heresy books and learning how the Imperium treats their people like cattle, their leaders are consistently corrupt and incompetent, the emotional, the emotional outbursts of people in power can lead to the deaths of billions. You know, yeah, this seems like a good system. It's working out. Chuds still think this was a rogue intern who was fired for it. What? Wait, is that real? They think this gigantic, like, heavily publicized official statement that was released in conjunction with a bunch of other left-leaning stuff from the company and is still up on their site was done by a okay. Yeah, that checks out. Like the like Games Workshop trutherism. Of course, Jay Leno. Unfortunately, the latter Horus Heresy books lead into Empire Wank. Look, I read the first Horus Heresy book, or the first three, and they were like, okay, for my money, it's the Eisenhorn trilogy. The Eisenhorn, and then the Raven, and then what's the third of the three trilogies? What's the one where it's a lady? It's a lady and there's like a school. The third one. Bequin, thank you. Thank you, yeah. Yeah, the penitent with Bequin. Yeah, there we go. Abigail with critical support for Vaush. That seems unlikely. And not naming names, please don't speculate publicly about creators' genders or whether or not they're closeted. When my egg was cracking, that stuff really hurt. People are doing it now about a friend. Please remember creators are human, might be going through stuff off camera you don't see. Yeah, guys, cut it out. Honestly, Jesus. I do think that egg speculation is pretty unfunny. Like, there are some cases where I think it's funny, but I think for the most part, people are very unfunny about it. I think that, I feel like, I don't know, it feels like a lot of trans chicks are really desperate to believe that anyone or everyone is trans. I don't know how much of it is a joke. You know, I don't know how much of it is like cope and how much of it is just being irreverent. I have no idea. But like, yeah. Was this about Finn? I don't think Abigail's friends with Finn. I mean, that'd be pretty surprising. It's a mind virus, particularly for newly out trans people. Well, it's because they want to see like they now see it's like projection. They see everything as the sign that they now see in themselves in retrospect. A good analogy I saw is that eggs are supposed to hatch, not crack. Yeah, I think that's a good way of thinking about it. I've had some experience with it too, and it sucks a little. Yeah, I'd say so. Was Kurt Cobain trans? I don't know. Aren't all artists gay? Being gay is kind of like being trans. I saw there was some discourse about this. I don't know enough about Kurt Cobain to actually like have an opinion on it, so I can't really say. He wore a dress once. Well, there you go, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a bunch of fairly explicit stuff about Kurt. It's not important, but it's fully in the plausible bin. Okay, can I just say something really quick? Hold on. I saw this pointed out on Twitter like a few years ago, and I've always thought about it since. So, you know how nowadays in America, for the most part, you can be gay and that's fine? I mean, not to say you won't face oppression, but you're probably not going to get killed for it. I saw this picture on Twitter, and people, I mean, lots of people are saying like, oh, he's gay or whatever. It's a picture of Dwight D. Eisenhower, U.S. president, you know, general. Lots of badges here. And it was like, oh, look at him, you know, it's a bit fruity, it's gay. And to an extent, this is kind of joking, but I do feel like we run a real risk in that by being more accepting of gay and trans people, we start to want to see them everywhere. And in a way, we end up reinforcing gender norms more aggressively than before. Dwight D. Eisenhower could sit this way, and he was just, you know, sitting this way. But now it's like, oh, he looking fruity. And I bet modern politicians have to moderate their behavior a lot more because now the discussion of what is or isn't gay or trans is a lot more open. They're more worried about even the slightest bit of potentially fruity shit from them being read as gay and like the discourse that it might incite. And in that way, we're actually limiting the scope of straight masculinity even further, which is, of course, an issue because that kind of contributes to the problem, you know? So yeah, I think about that. I think that like, I use gay really loosely, but I use it in a way to try to indicate that I don't actually care much about its meaning. Like I'll say anything is gay, gay for women, gay, straight, whatever. I don't really care. But I do think that people can go overboard, and it's like, you know, do you really think that this, like, sitting like this is gay? I mean, maybe most people who commented fruity don't, but if some do, then, eh. To be fair, it's the con's fault, but you have a point. Everything on Earth is the fault of conservatives. From r/whatifault history, did you know that America bad? I'd rather not be murdered by Russia for no reason. Have you considered that the United States has also done bad things? I am a linguistics professor. Fuck! From Whatifault history, the subreddit. Imagine being one of the most celebrated academics in Western literature and getting fucking rocked by r/Whatifault history. Yeah, which has been banned since then. You know? Not good. Hold on, what is this? Wait, what are you... Femboy Marks, November 2023. Hi, Frogan is based. Oh, I thought you called mods on me. Frogan is more based than Keffels and Lonerbox. Vaush survivorship bias. Vaush tropes repealed. That's survivorship bias. And now you're doing it again. Femboy Marks, what are you doing? Does Hassan not stream enough for you? Is it like he streams twice as much as I do? What do you want about? What is blood waffling about? What's a Frogan? I'm trying to think of a frog joke. The destruction of Vaush V and its consequences have been a disaster for OKBV. How many of you wanted to get rid of Vaush V? How many of you wanted Vaush V to come here? This is when we had the subreddit frozen for a little bit. Yeah, you don't like your refugees now, huh? You hypocrites. You know, you go on and on about keeping the southern border open, and then you can't deal with a couple thousand Vaush V refugees making their way in. Come on. It's like when you cut down a forest for a new mall and suddenly people in the suburbs complain about seeing bears. Where'd you think they would go? The Vaush V resident, you know, animalistic, highly territorial, not terribly bright, very attracted to picnic baskets. Saw someone else doing this, thought it'd be funny. I have knowledge some f***ed up shit Vaush has done and need to share. I really think we need to get a message out. Share what info do you have? Is this real? Do you know this psycho ate a cat live? I choose to believe this is real. This person is a f***ing lunatic. I'm surprised they blocked you for this, you know. Eating a cat live is a pretty serious crime. Mom. Big bite. This person making a post asking for dirt or something. Yeah, they wanted to expose Vaush, which is ridiculous because we already know he's already a satanic horse Nazi. True. Absolute lunatics. Ran into Destiny, Vaush, and Keffel's the restaurant. I was flabbergasted. I said, don't you guys all hate each other? They all cackled with laughter. Destiny said, wait, do you seriously believe all that online politics stuff? It's a bit, you loser. I felt my cheeks going red with embarrassment as Vaush chortled and said, you really think I'd forgo a chance to ameliorate dinner with friends just because of a manufactured online discourse? I hung my head in shame and went back to my table. I felt Keffel slip her hand in my pocket and take my wallet as I left, but I was too awkward to say anything. From my table, I heard Destiny call me redacted, and they all laughed again, and Vaush loudly ordered another bottle of agua for the table to, quote, wash down the cringe. Yeah, the Harvard announces an end to the Vaush Keffel's Destiny experiment. It's been a good long road, and we've made a lot of money off of manufacturing discourse, but it's finally time to wind this down and retire. Lamau, bro, that really sounds like something you would say. Dude, the ameliorate thing is so funny. I was listening to an Unlearning Economics video the other day, and I froze up because he said ameliorate, like, in its proper use in a sentence. It's like hearing my name, you know? Incredibly funny. Discombobulate. Vaush V users and mods when they learned the Nazis fought against the USSR. What battle is happening? What war is this in reference to? This is a great photo. It really shows you what a belted trench coat can do for your figure. Yeah, I f*** up on that so often, Gayfesh. Shortcut in my brain. Satire is deader than dead. From The Onion. Dying Gazans criticized for not using last words to condemn Hamas. From CBC, Palestinian workers stranded in West Bank fear for families in Gaza, but refuse to condemn Hamas. Truly not possible to exceed satire in this. That Osama debate was crazy. True! Holy shit, he's loaded the fuck up back there. Okay, being real, I think this is a pretty fair comparison. I think that the current lighting is much better. I like having it darker in the room. I think this looks way better. I just heard Conyer say, true, downstairs. I assume that was in reference to me and not something else. Fucking true. But who's who? You know, Keffels did used to identify as a Marxist-Leninist, so I feel like, if anything, I would have to be Rose. But we can keep our positions. Yeah, Keffels would be Stalin, I'd be Roosevelt, and Destiny could be Churchill. Right? I think that works. Don't make me a Brit bonger. Yeah, that works. That's fine. That's fine by me. Patriots are in control. Kissinger status alive. Kissinger status alive, alive, alive. And at long last, Biden won't forgive Kissinger for allowing Pol Pot to kill the Catholics in Cambodia. You can stretch the alive status to presidents all the way back to Warren G. Harding. That's true. He was alive for so long. Oh, I just bombed hospital. Oh, you're sweet. I just bombed hospital. Hello, human resources. It's great, man. It's... I really wonder how the history books are going to reconcile this, you know? I genuinely have no idea. I have no clue how this is going to be parsed out in the long run, you know? They won't write about it. I mean, they'll have to, you know, we're post-modern information age. You can't just pretend it didn't happen, not with this much attention, you know? Regret to inform you all Vaush is white. This Thanksgiving, I am thankful for my macros. I didn't... This was a meme! I didn't make this. I would never eat broccoli. My macros. You just saw me eat a bunch of Pez and cookies. Jesus. Why so much rice? I don't know. I Googled broccoli, rice, and chicken. I actually do like broccoli. I like baked broccoli, like salted baked broccoli, so it's got that nice crisp. You know, that shit is good.
BG News, do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn genocide?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn apartheid?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn ethnic cleansing?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn bombing hospitals?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn... Yes, I do. I condemn anything bad that happens to innocent civilians. But do you condemn the other side?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn Israel?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn the IDF?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Yeah, this is the height of modern discourse. This is what politics is. You know, this is the level.
Look, listen, I condemn any innocents. Let the hostages go. No anti-Semitism. We want peace in the Middle East. Now, do you condemn the other side?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Do you condemn war crimes?
Do you condemn Hamas?
Bro, are you deaf? I just told you, yes, I condemn any innocents being killed.
Do you condemn Hamas?
All right, okay, cool. If Hamas is the problem, why are they killing Palestinians in the West Bank?
Do you condemn... Hold on, he's got a point. Why are they doing that? There's no Hamas in the West Bank. What's going on?
I think the bit would have been better if they'd kept it going.
Why are we reporting this?
I've been trying to listen. BG News is full of shit. BG News is full of shit. That's what you are.
Full of shit. That's what you are.
Okay, the first 2/3 of this was good. I feel like it's a bit... Well, you can tell it's a bit because of the... I mean, it's vertical framing for TikTok, but news is shot 16:9, and down here you have a news tracker that fits to the TikTok thing. But I think it would have been better if they'd kept that going. Oh, me, dude. 229 comments, too. Vaush, pit bulls are genetically evil. We love eugenics. Okay, buddy, Vaush. The main sub is being cringe and essentialist again. Why are you surprised by this? The place has been full of right-leaning NIMBY liberals for a month. Is this a... How much... To what extent is this even a joke? Removed messages. Why about the dogs? It's like half a joke. I can't even tell. Okay, are you guys ready for my hottest take yet? All right? The fact that people, like, freaked out and overreacted so hard to the dog shit, okay? You need to purge yourself of your moral inconsistencies, okay? If you're capable of being whipped up into a frenzy over whether or not pit bulls are or are not marginally more predisposed towards violent behavior, like, if that's the shit that sets you off, then there were 1,000 other things covered on stream that should have elicited a much stronger emotional reaction from you. You know? It's just so weird when it's like, we cover all these politics all the time, and then this is the thing. And I wasn't even anti-pitbull. I was just going over an article on stream, and I was like, okay, so let's find this out. You know. People are more sensitive about dogs. Yeah, okay. The problem with that, though, is that reminds me a lot of those people who are like, yeah, humans are all terrible. That's why I only like dogs or whatever. Where as a way of like protecting themselves from having to make strong decisions when it comes to real issues, they kind of like, they resort to that like, you know what I mean? That like, oh, I hate all humans equally. That performative misanthropy, you know? I see a lot of shit like that. Like dogs would be better. Yeah. You give dogs our intelligence, they'll be killing each other too. Okay, listen, just keep that in mind. Cats are better anyway. The real replacement theory: Lego skin tones over time. True. I actually do really dislike all of the like now when there's like a branded minifig or whatever, it doesn't look like the yellow dude. They have to like sculpt the features to look like a guy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'd be cuter if they were all little yellow dudes who had like little accessories and stuff. But I don't know. And why are they all white? Orida. Civilization versus barbarism. Okay, buddy, Vaush likes to build. Vaush likes to bomb crap and live in open sewage. This is not a difficult issue. True! The palaces of the OKBV inhabitants. I'm not commenting on this. I don't even know what this is in reference to. Average Hassan fan. At Hasanapi, she wasn't stripped. She was wearing the exact same outfit in the truck she was in the rave. I generally, before Hamas carried her out of the country to give her medical treatment, sent her the outrageous claim she was up to. Oh, okay. We can't do the thing where we like go after specific comments in a live stream chat of 30,000 people. That we could go for anything out of that. I'm pretty sure you could get bad shit out of my community pretty easily like that too, especially if you went to YouTube chat. His chat is so crazy though. Yeah, it is. Still a wild comment. It's pretty wild. They're also not sub. Yeah, where's the sub? Where's the sub, huh? Yeah, that's true, Canoe. Gotta be careful. Most normal Hassan fan. A lot of Hassan hate today. How Hassan's chat reacts to the mother of one of the kidnapped Israelis. Them colonizers, L, cry more settler, play Despacito, Lamau. I raise my children to terrorize them, not be terrorized. White women in tears, womp womp, get wrecked, off. Without knowing what the lady said, I can't really say anything here. Mother of one of the kidnapped Israelis. I don't know if she said something like really genocidal or whatever, you know? Like her kid got kidnapped and then the mic was brought to her and she was like, this is why I've always said Arab people or whatever, you know. I don't really know. You're not going to drama bait me out of like OKBV complains about DGG influence in Vaush V, and then a bunch of out-of-context memes condemning Hassan emerge in OKBV. Curious. Me in 2026 explaining to a fellow prisoner in the death camp that Biden would be doing the same thing if he had won, therefore voting third party was morally just. We're going to mine coal till we die. True! Hey, if we do get sent to the labor camps or the death camps or whatever, I will switch to being this guy, because at that point, what else am I supposed to do, right? Like, at that point, you know, you might as well just be like a smug dipshit. And be like, Biden would have done the same thing. Yeah, you know, it's material circumstances. I'd have to see, Mr. Krabs. Not that I doubt Hassan's chat could act like that. Hassan in Russia, Ukraine. Hassan in China, Taiwan. Hassan in Israel, Palestine. Yeah. Wait, Vaush's community hates Hassan more than Destiny. Vaush attracts more libs than leftist. I can fairly assume most of the people in my community like me more than they like either Hassan or Destiny, but if you took the people in my community who have split feelings, there probably would be a large number who prefer Hassan to Destiny or vice versa. Lot of ideological diversities here. Many flavors of retardation open at the the Baskin Robbins of life. You know what? I'm going to open up 20 at once, and nobody can stop me. This is happening all at once. Based in civilizing mission pilled. Listen, okay, we're going to civilize those Tibetans. Listen, the caste society will end. Right here, right now. 2024 election law. Squirrel Joe Biden for some reason. Trump Cenk Uygur. Stupid shit. Low effort shit. WAP Goblin was really mad about this. About what? I'm a libertarian socialist. That's literally an oxymoron. You can't be both those things. I'm a conservative comedian. So true. In fairness, nobody gives a shit about Crowder anymore. He was actually so unlikable and so odious that he managed, by being a bad person, to lose a lot of support from conservatives. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to lose support from conservatives for being a bad person? Unbelievable. Ridiculous. Got to be something special. Normalize, hey, Benui. Normalize straight men having gay sex. Normalize letting women watch straight men have gay sex with other straight men. Hold on, I'm not straight, I'm gay. That wouldn't count. I'd be having gay sex with a straight man. That's cringe. That's like those boy love manga where the one guy is gay and the other guy's like, I'm not gay. I'm just going to 4chan green text post about how I get hard when you call me a good boy, you know? Month, you homos. r/Israel users think that Jews get a genocide on the house because Jews endured some of the past. Palestinians suffering and nobody's giving them refuge. Jews first time. This is not necessarily them saying that Palestinian people deserve to be genocided because Jews have. That's not the context is ambiguous. It's also not them not saying that. That's true. That's true. It's on r/Israel. Yeah, I know, but there's still ambiguous context, you know. Also, wouldn't this imply, like, the Zionist framing is not to say, oh yeah, the Palestinians are also going through a Holocaust. You know, that's not like the Netanyahu-backed line where it's like, yeah, we have also suffered this, implying that what they're doing to the Palestinian people is a Holocaust. At best, it's pretty tone deaf. Well, you know, it's Reddit. This sub will be cleansed. Did we cleanse the sub? I don't know if we did. Maybe we need a few more. It's pretty difficult, I gotta say. It is definitely better than it was before. Hey, Posadas John. Do OKBV next? Nah, they're fine. They were dissing your drip yesterday, dude. They were being mean to me. Modder adds even more pronouns to Starfield. True! Get that V-Vem in there. That's the Vaush pronouns, as a matter of fact. This is the convo we had in DC. Actual superior. Shut the fuck up, Cracker. True! Also, is this meant to be Seattle? Is that the Space Needle? I don't know what building that's meant to look like. I love this comic. Toronto? Oh, yeah, Toronto. That makes sense, yeah. Wait, but wasn't the original context of this? Nothing, never mind. Don't let it get out. The Christian nationalist debate was something else. Vaush, Andrew. Yeah, I remember this. Holy shit, this debate was cursed. Is that Alex Stein? No, that's, it says Andrew, yeah. Why didn't Vaush just beat his head in with a rock? Is he stupid? Yeah, I didn't take my own advice. Colonize his look. Genocide casual. Hate this oaf. Hate this guy. Love all of the, like, liberal op-eds that have tried to frame him completely pivoting and lying about his ideological biases as some kind of, like, boy boss move, you know? Fetterman doesn't care what you have to say about his ideology. Like, fuck, what the fuck do you mean? He's a politician. That's actually very important. He was always a Zionist freak. Oh, yeah, but, like, I don't think anyone expected him to be this bad. Israeli flag running around at a protest, like, insane. Like, he's being more of a freak than some of the worst people on the right. Picking a character's skin. Leftist tanky. True. That's true. Keffels and Jackson Hinkle are basically the same person. I'm always saying this. Sort of a foundational tenet, my ideology. There is a lot of Hassan. There's more Hassan hate than Destiny hate. This runabout. You know, if I did OKBV segments more frequently, I'd be able to, like, understand what it's in reference to. No! That's a good 3D model, too. Because I had, like, 7 requests for it. Hideous! Skibbity bop bop, buddy, you say? Skibbity bop bop, yeah. If 7 people asked you, would you jump off a bridge? Show some consideration for yourself. Respect yourself. God damn. Apparently the guy who makes the skibbity toilet shit used to do, like, edgy conservative memes or whatever. We all have to pray he doesn't, like, you know, infiltrate the minds of Gen Alpha by pushing a bunch of conservative psyop shit. I don't trust it, Azzy. Vaush, Emma Vigilance, someone has to stop the peel of It was, I will never, it's like, I get the reminders every once in a while, right, of how, like, unserious and unworthy of being taken seriously he is. We're at a panel, the panel is entitled, like, how leftist content creators can work together, and we're both talking about what we can do to work together, and every point that he interjects with is like, okay, but, let's not forget the online left does that, you know, so... Even, like, apropos of nothing. What was the one thing in particular he said that was really, 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 really dumb? Oh, yeah. When I pointed out that a lot of conservative pundits are, like, backed by conservative PACs. Like, they literally get paid to do what they do. Like institutions like the Daily Wire don't just show up out of nowhere. They're, like, funded by politically biased organizations. And he's like, well, did you know leftist YouTubers have Patreons? Remarkable. Ruben! Ruben. Silly. Ruben. He's climbing. What are you squeaking about? He wants me to go over there and bap him. I'll bap him later. I'm doing OKBV. Says go to Michigan to join the picket line. We'd love to see it. Join me in the resistance. Together we can kill God and end liberal malarkey. Well, he's definitely taken to killing Allah. Yeah, this is before the Israel bit. It's like impossible to say anything even jokingly good about Biden right now. You know, when Biden spends like 6 hours out of any given day managing the situation in Israel-Palestine? Ruben. Oh my God, you're so cute. You're so cute. You're gonna fall off? Oh my God. He saw me looking at him and saw me calling his name, so he meowed and rolled, and he just rolled right off the top of the cat tree, which is quite tall. Then he caught himself in a lower level. Okay, he's trying to do it again. He's trying to fall off the lower level now. Can you stop? By which I mean I gave him a kiss. Gave him a little kiss. Ah yes, Vaush defending and funding Hamas. The D-sub is suffering from lefty derangements. Is this just a link to Destiny's subreddit? Deleted by the person who originally posted it. Curious. Well. Tankies engaging in Nazi-like talking points. Jews in Biden's cabinet. From Shanghai Panda. Jews should not be a taboo word, just like African Americans, Asian Americans, or Native Americans. Many high-ranking officials in Biden's cabinet are Jewish Americans, which inevitably influences policy and military policies by Israel. This is an objective fact. Okay, are you guys ready for a hot goddamn take? The hottest take of all takes. Okay? The problem with... so let's assume for a second this person isn't an anti-Semite. I assume they are, so that's not really the case here. But if we assumed for a second that they weren't an anti-Semite, and we're asking this in good faith, or saying it in good faith, or whatever else, okay? The problem is that, assuming good faith, this is a statement that would have to be responded to with more nuance than just calling them, like, an anti-Semite, or saying this is anti-Semitic. It is absolutely true that there are disproportional representations of a lot of ethnic groups in a lot of countries. For example, white people in American government, or I don't know, like, Irish or Italian people. You can usually trace that back to some stuff, right? And there are a lot of Jews in like Hollywood, but then you look at where that comes from and it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, the threads of history bind us all. This happened and this happened. That's why there's a lot of Jewish people here, a lot of Armenian people here, a lot of Polish people here, a lot of Irish cops, a lot of Italian cops, all that crap, you know? The problem is that, first of all, like, nobody who asks about Jewish representation and power is acting in good faith. Like 0.1% of the time is that going to be a good faith question. But even if you assume it's in good faith, the question and its answers are like irrevocably tainted by the fact that all the other people are acting in bad faith. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's one of those, like, from a purely utilitarian perspective, there's no purpose to discussing it outside of like an ideological framework. A good example of this would be like Zionism, right? Because the loudest Zionists in American government are white Christians. So taking that, it's like, okay, why do all these people support Israel? All right, well, take a look at Jews in the US. The majority of them vote Democrat, but it's mostly the Republicans that are like hardlining as a demographic behind being pro-Israel. So where does that come from, you know? Also putting the Israeli flag to mean Jews, a big red flag. Oh, like I said, this is almost certainly just taken from like a Nazi poster or whatever. Also, by the way, really quickly, whenever you take a look at anything like this, anything that says like, oh, look at how all these people are Jewish or whatever, overwhelmingly, like 9 times out of 10, they're lying. Nazis call everyone Jews. They call me a Jew. They call half of you a Jew, you know? Seriously, you look up, what do they mean by Jewish? And what they mean is like, oh yeah, this guy grew up in Brooklyn and their like maternal grandmother married a guy who was Jewish. You know, they treat it like the one drop rule with black people. It's not like serious engagement. I've been called a Jew. Yeah, it's everything, you know? Bolshevik, that's literally happened. Well, anyway. I think one of the most revealing, inconsistency. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe this. Did you know Nazis have an inconsistent ideology? Okay, so this is a statement of fact that everyone has to agree on no matter what, because if they don't, then they're insane. And it's that Judaism is a religion, culture, and ethnicity. You know? If it wasn't a culture or religion and it was only an ethnicity, it wouldn't be possible to convert to Judaism, because you can't convert ethnicity. You can convert you know, religion or culture. Culture, complicated, but, you know, a lot of the people who they say are Jewish are not of, like, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So even Nazis have to acknowledge that when they say Jew, The group they're referring to includes people who have nothing in common bloodline-wise with, like, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So, following that, why do all Nazis insist that Jews can't be white? I ask you, why? Because they always say that. They cannot. There needs to be a hard line between being Jewish and being white, which is impossible to defend if you acknowledge the fact that Judaism isn't only an ethnicity. If you can convert religiously or be culturally Jewish because of like associations or relations or whatever, then how do you square that? Are they arguing that whiteness is a culture rather than a race? Because that's the leftist argument. Nazis can't argue that, because if they did, they'd be acknowledging there's nothing fundamental or genetic about whiteness. They would just argue that it's like a social trend that has nothing to do with race. But they have to argue that it's because of race, because that's their entire ideology. So how do you square that? The answer is you don't. And you're never going to get a clean answer out of them, because they'll just call you a Jew or whatever, you know? Deliberate irrationality. Why is this not safe for work? Sheesh. Yeah, I don't think I can show that. I made some art while I was watching Vaush's segment on that new PragerU documentary and the miserable detransitioner lady. Maybe content warning. Maybe content warning. Jesus Christ. Drop link, yo. Yeah, sure. Here you go. I'm dropping the link. Say sheesh in chat if you agree. Sheesh. You know? So this is a trans guy who detransitioned, you know, sort of their parent kind of pushed him into it. It's basically like those comics that people make of like trans women killing themselves, except in this case, it's a detransitioner doing the... Yeah, see, a lot of sheeshers in chat. See? Very evocative. I can't show that on stream, though, I don't think. But evocative. This is just a 4chan post? Yeah, no, exactly. It's iconographically, it's indistinguishable from like Kiwi Farmer shit, but it's making the opposite point, which is very interesting. Very, it's very weird. Vaush adjacent communities, the Vaush pit, the greater online left. What then is our October 7th? We have to, from the river to the sea, the Vaush community will be free. All right, we have to. That's the 2024 goal. Okay, a one-state solution to the apartheid state that is the online left. I did not fall out of school. I didn't look. Vaush FM. Horse neighing sound. You're now listening to Meow 102.3 Vaush FM. Boonk. Where we play nothing but debates, and more debates. Wait, law? What are you, a f***ing liberal? This ain't no DGG station. I'm waking up to action does. Guys. The West Coast all electro swing station. Breathing in the chemicals. Sniff. Hunk. Regular couple. Yowie couple. Yuri couple. I see no difference. Love is love. I'm sorry. Hold on. This was too brain damaged. I need to process this. 1 second. Regular couple. Yowie couple. Yuri couple. I see. Okay, this is brain damage in a few directions. I see. Gotcha. Okay. I feel like any joke I make about this one implicates me. So the only thing I have to say is that's true. I have absolutely no idea what this is trying to communicate. Destiny is a woman's name. Okay, gotcha. There we go. And these two are related. There we go. It's all coming together now. Too dumb to be transphobic. That's a good place to be. We ain't ever getting peace in the Middle East, dog. From Yakovov, flatten everything, spare no school, delete the entire gene pool off the face of the earth. Now I understand why Hitler did it. This, by the way, 100% is a PSYOP account. This guy's entire account is like, hello, I am Jewish, big Jew, look at my Jew hat, very, very Jewish. By the way, I hate all of you, hate white people, hate Arabs, I'm so hateable. And like, that's their entire bit, you know? Like, there's like that's the whole... Like this existed exclusively to get people to like Hitler post underneath them. Got to be careful of shit like that. Well, that would give the bit away a little bit too. But this looks really good. This is really good though. Thank you, Severy V. Jesus. Oh my god. That dude was chain smoking like a motherfucker. I could not believe this guy's camera angle, man. Holy shit. That was a blast to watch though. Yeah.
Liberal. Happy fun, la la la. Human smuggling, fentanyl deaths, forced government euthanasia.
Truly, yeah, he's spitting. Truly the wordsmith of RER, the voice of a generation. Holy shit. The earlier one, the like you're tuning into a Vaush politics stream, 5 minutes, Blitler, Shitler, Jitler, Blitler, whatever. Now for a fashion segment. The song segment's been wild, but I was really confused. Jenks started talking about the Aryan fatherland. What's up with that? Whoa! Got the hand right out there, my man. I'm gonna eat your ass! Yeah. In front of Bernie, too. Finally, Shank started agreeing with Vaush again. Total Jank victory. Dumb is a slur. Guys, come on. Seriously, I didn't even call the person dumb. I just called this hypothetical dumb. You got to take this one off the no words list. This is ridiculous. You have been muted from r/socialism_101. You will not be able to message the moderators of r/socialism_101 for 3 days. Ah, yes. The Vanguard and all the fine work they do. Is this real? Maybe? I'm going to say sure. Why not, man? They're incredibly ban happy over there. What does the sub look like right now? Are communities for disabled folks within the Western world steeped in liberalism? Do there exist alternatives? What? Communities for disabled folks in the Western world steeped in liberalism. I've been looking into the North American Down syndrome community, and I can't help but feel like there's this air of liberalism to it. This is the first post that I saw. This is at the very top. This is the first thing I look at. I didn't go searching for this. Disco Elysium type dialogue. Yeah, okay. You have one question to ask. Choose well. Are Down syndrome communities liberal? A very common goal in these communities is to ensure that people with Down syndrome are able to be, quote, independent. I think this is kind of a misguided goal, albeit one that makes sense under capitalism. I'm autistic, we know. I'm dumping on a post with 4 votes. Just, like, that's the first thing that I see when I open Socialism 101, man. Is Belarus's economy similar to Yugoslavia's? I am too lazy to do the research myself. What if I just told you Belarus was exactly like Yugoslavia? Would you believe me? You shouldn't, because you don't know if I did the kind of research to come to the correct conclusion. Stop relying on random Redditors to spoon-feed you answers. It's Socialism 101! What do you mean? That's what the subreddit's for! That's the purpose of this subreddit. It's not my job to educate you in the education subreddit. When socialists talk about revolutionary violence, what does that include? This is a huge debate right now, at least among the socialist organizations I'm aware of in the States. Man, nothing makes socialist organizations look more serious than them being comprised almost entirely of college students arguing as to whether or not they would, like, execute former police officers after a revolution. Oh my god. Okay, well, can we agree that this is now a real screenshot? I think we've determined that Socialism 101 would, in fact, ban you for saying dumb, or mute you, or whatever. If anyone wants to print their own headbands with "I love chalky milk" in Arabic calligraphy, let me know. That's good. I like that. Absolutely. Wearing this on the subway, and just getting really, like, confused and like baffled when people seem to take issue with it, you know, but not being helpful, not explaining what it means. Be like, wait, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? You know. Arabic calligraphy is quite beautiful. That is true. Only Israel can bomb 4 different countries in the course of 48 hours, namely Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt, and still be portrayed as the victim by Western media. Don't give pro-Russia Assadist accounts like this any good attention. Yeah. I immediately thought that looking at this for a few reasons. First of all, it really doesn't help the cause to say Palestine when you're literally referring to what's happening in the Gaza Strip. Because that would imply they're another country, and that would also imply thereby that Israel isn't an apartheid state. Like, Palestine, I think, is an okay term to refer to in, like, the broader country. Like, you know, like, oh, sure, historical Palestine, or whatever you want to say. But if you say Israel is bombing Palestine, that makes it sound like they're attacking another country, you know? Also, in my experience, whenever you see a attractive, skinny white woman on Twitter repping political takes like this, they're almost always Russia-backed. Almost always. Almost always Assadists. Verified as well. Big red flag. Also, when Israel bombs Syria, they're bombing the Damascus area. You know, and you know what? To be in fairness, is Syria even a real country? Many are asking this, and nobody has an answer. You know, that's another thing. Google knowing better Christian Science. What? Hey Vaush V, how's it going? What? Is this a person defending Christian Science in my sub? It is based on logic and evidence. It is founded on science. It is primarily concerned with curing the world of its issues. Okay, this person is currently in a cult. This person is the victim here, okay? Christian Science is not this is not some, like, regular old proselytizer, okay? This motherfucker in a cult right now. How do you be a Christian Scientist but be in my community? Real question. How do you? I have no idea how you could reconcile those disparate. I have no idea. Huh. Oh. Well, it's bad. In fact, 90% of IDF soldiers quit one bombed hospital right before they're finally about to defeat Hamas for real this time, guys. That's true, you know? It's like the digging for diamonds under dirt meme, right? And the dirt is like the sort of desiccated corpses of tens of thousands of Palestinian children. And the diamonds are you finally get to that red barrel room, you know, where they keep the red barrels, where Hamas puts their red barrels. You can finally get them. I love the red barrel room. Yeah, so does Hamas. That's why they have them. Every good jihadist group needs a red barrel room, you know? Because there's so many of them, so you have to take out like 3 or 4 of them in one shot of the red barrel. Does anybody else remember learning that you can't actually blow up car fuel tanks or other stuff like that by shooting at them? And that was like a big moment of disillusionment for you because you like grew up with the video games, the movies and stuff, and then you're like, no, it doesn't actually work that way. And it's like, oh, okay. Wait, you can't? No. Can't you with tracer rounds? No. There's nothing that you could do to make a fuel tank explode with a gun outside of some act of God, I think, right? Like in a fuel tank, how would it even explode, right? Because it's gasoline. Like gasoline well, wait. No, the way the fuel tank has a release valve because it's not supposed to wait. You can't with dynamite? Well, at that point, the dynamite's what's blowing up. Well, sure, yeah, you can blow up a car with dynamite. The gas has to be atomized. Yeah. Because when they do the piston thing with the engine that actually makes the car run, you're compressing the aerosolized gasoline, but just liquid gasoline on its own doesn't really burn. It's the gas from gasoline, right? When you light gasoline on fire, the liquid quickly evaporates, and it's the gas air mixture that floats up that catches on fire, but the liquid itself, not so much, right? I think incendiary rounds are a thing, right? I mean, tracer rounds are kind of incendiary rounds, but I don't. I don't think that would do it, though. Vaush caught on video being a groomer. Warning, extremely disturbing content. I've been trying to kick this habit. I didn't always do this. It's like a idle hands thing. Yeah, TOS. Actual grooming. You always do it? No, I didn't like 2 years ago. It's definitely not like a permanent thing. I do the same with my hair. Yeah, I think a lot of people twiddle, you know? Teen kids be like, I don't like trans people either. Them as adults, I really like Vaush. Yeah, me too. I love hating women. Heil Biden. True. Many such cases, as it turns out. You know, I'd like to take a moment to forgive trans women for contributing substantially to the amount of brain damage in this community. You're all insane, but you're an integral part of the fabric of this community. I found my tics are worse when I'm on stimulants for my ADHD. It might actually have been because I started taking Adderall. That about coincides with me doing the stupid beard brush thing. Stop touching your beard. See, that doesn't work. If there's compulsive behavior can never be corrected by saying just don't do that. It's you ever get that feeling where you touch something something kind of like gross or you didn't want to touch, like you had to do it, like you were reaching behind a counter to get something or something like that, and then you feel like a tingling at the point of your body where you made contact with the thing you didn't want to touch, and that tingling persists until you like wash your hands or something. I think most people experience like a very lesser form of that sometimes now and again. Some people have it really bad, but it's pretty normal to feel that. It's an example of how irrational compulsive sensations can be, to the point where they manifest physically, you know? Yeah, you're describing severe OCD. No, I'm not. What I just described is pretty normal. Now, a severe version of that would be debilitating. But, you know, a lot of people experience like that very minor, you know, like weird tingly feeling. But yeah, it's about reprogramming how your brain responds to stimuli. It's like a cock and ball torture thing, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. He actually never wanted to, of course, he wanted to be one. So, what is this? Is this fan art of something else? See, this is why I was friendly with Shoe on Head for so long, because she was one of the only real ones who would go out there and argue that I wanted to be the horse. I get that, Dr. Strange. I've felt that as well. Though probably not to the extent that you have. Your father and I wanted to remind you that your iPad web browser is synced to our family iCloud account. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. True. Any of you guys ever had that moment? Yeah, a lot of you are younger than me, you know? Maybe this is like just an ordinary part of growing up now. It's like that point where you're like browsing. Since you all jerk off on your phone like psychopaths, that you Bluetooth connects to the family computer TV, smart TV, whatever. Does this happen to you? Oh, there we go, Dan Eater. Yeah, I did see that Babato. It was great. Political compass, but for leftism. Vanguard socialist, anarchist socialist, market socialist, democratic socialist. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Wait. Oh, I see. Revolution, reform, statist, libertarian. I thought, okay, gotcha. Statist, libertarian, revolution, reform. Yeah, this is fairly accurate, I'd say. Yeah. I think I agree. Yeah, to the best that you can do with these axes. Yeah, I think this is the best you can do. Vanguard socialists aren't socialists. Well, I mean, yes, but within the framework, you know. Vaush got that Everard Claire drip join. Debardeurs Union? Is that how it's pronounced again? Hell yes. Wait, did you draw him with this? Holy shit, he looks good. This looks is the jacket redrawn or is this the original jacket? I don't remember it because it's like God. Oh, you want to know something sad? By the way, I had to toss out this polo shirt. I liked it, but I didn't understand what material it was, and it shrunk in the wash. Normally, I'm okay with wearing stuff after it shrunk a bit because, like, whatever. But for this material, it just did not work anymore. It shrunk way too much. It was like wavy and clearly misshapen, which is too bad. Yeah, I like that. That's like the first polo that I've gotten that I liked. Did you throw it out or donate it? I think I donated it because I wouldn't like shrunken on me. Like maybe a smaller person could wear it. It'd be fine. I donated it. No, Harry. What kind of person do you think I am? I would not want to the horse. I would want to be the horse. Be reasonable, Harry. I'm a busy man. I don't have time for this sort of questioning. That's my memory of his voice. You forgot the British accent? That's what I remember. He had a British accent. Okay, that was American Everard Claire then. Wow, Destiny. That's a great point. But if you considered that you have a girl's name and I have a girl. Yet another rhetorical tactic liberals have no answer for, I tell you. GF listens to Vaush while we're having sex. Good taste. Listening to Vaush own a Muslim fascist while I make my GF climax. Wait, 2 people were posting this at once? Was this synchronous? Because top V, I see. You goddamn degenerates. They're a couple? Oh, they're together? Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Is that the G? Oh, I don't know. I follow a lot of people on Twitter, but I've muted probably over 100 people, usually because they're women or because they try to, they're tempestuous. They're like sirens. They tempt my attention with their creamy thighs, you know? I don't want them to distract me, so I mute them. So as a consequence of this, there's like, I follow like 200 sex workers and probably actually see 2 posts. Sapphics are the best relationships. Idiotic. Who's the man? Ridiculous. Can't work. Vaush, you better not have muted Merrick. I muted Merrick. Socialist demands state take over private infrastructure. Richard Spencer. Biden's strongest soldier. Why though? I literally just said why. Creamy, tempestuous thighs. What do you want from me? Wait, is it tempestuous or temptuous? I think it's temptuous. That's the word that I'm looking for here. Temptuous, eliciting temptation, and then tempestuous, characterized by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotion. Well, Merrick has at times been tempestuous as well. But yes, temptuous is what I was saying then. I like tempestuous better. Words are vibes. You all understand what I was saying anyway. Says you're a nationalization of Starlink seems like a bare minimum at this point. Oh man, this is just making me wonder how things are going right now in Argentina. I've gotten emails from Argentinians being like, if this is my last email out from here, let my last message be Vaush bad. If Hitler was alive today, would he be left-wing or right-wing? Brilliant things happening on r/whatifalthist. I wonder what they had to do to get banned. Big questions. Do you condemn Hamas? Adam Smith in a letter to Karl Marx. Marx never replied. Adam Smith would be considered like a radical leftist today. I firmly stand by that. If you update his beliefs applied then to like what they'd be from a person of similar persuasion. I don't normally stream this long. Today, he would absolutely be like quite left-leaning. Yeah. The idea of doing settler colonialism for 50 plus years. Free Palestine. Palestinians are not Hamas. They're just trying to take the lives too. We stay in your home and all your shit. Please turn my family. Hamas does one bad terrorist action that hurts Israelis. I hate to do the Holocaust. I think that for the most part, like social media has been really pro-Palestinian, you know? Mainstream media is even starting to tilt a little bit, where like even outlets like MSNBC or CNN are doing the like, Biden administration clenches fists and teeth as death toll exceeds 20,000, like that kind of thing. It's pretty tough to keep the, cultural hegemon going in the face of so much bad publicity. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson admitted that he and his son monitored each other's porn intake in a Surface clip from 2022. Love being ruled by the most normal 10 men on the planet. And then this guy who I've never seen before. As this is actually how I reached the height of my intellectual prowess that you see today. Through careful monitoring, my father and I have both helped each other elevate the other into Sigma status, It's the only way to properly facilitate masculine growth in a modern cucked society. Velvet is Brazilian? I don't know if this post was from Velvet or the screenshot. The opposite dynamic, ensuring you were watching enough porn. Yeah, that's true. My political alignment over time. Days since Vaush last streamed. Vaush, Mao, feel the burn, Thatcher, Trump, Hillary test. Just a 7 days, that is, huh? 7 days. All right. I did take a break because my friends were visiting, so that's probably what this is from. Why the fuck did you put time on the y-axis? Hey, break preconception, okay? No gods, no masters. If you want to put time on the y-axis, there's nothing on earth that makes that incorrect, okay? Shake it up. Why is Thatcher left of Hillary? Because shut it down, shut it down. The goal of the left, God willing. And then we instigate a vanguard party to tell the workers what to do. Are you sure this will help us achieve equality? Equality? God, if I don't have another tanky debate again in my entire life, it'd still have been too soon. Holy shit. The vanguard party. The detransitioners in the PragerU documentary. I have never ever been happier. Brutal, man. This was still genuinely pretty tough to watch. The detrans documentary. My God, I support positive rights, but negative rights are evil. I support neither positive nor negative rights. I support negative rights and positive rights. I support negative rights, but positive rights are evil. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that tracks. I don't know the difference, lol. Well, I wouldn't say right. I would say liberty. But a negative liberty, negative liberty means that there's nothing preventing you from doing what you want to do. Like there's no state stopping you from doing a thing. And a positive liberty, it means that you actually have the practical ability to do something. So if you have negative rights, but no positive rights, you can imagine like an ANCAP society where you can do whatever you want if you have the money for it. But you don't have the money, so. And then you can imagine the opposite, where you have positive rights. That is to say, you have the ability to do a great many things. Or like conceptually, you have like the access for the resources necessary to do those things, but you don't have freedom to keep from those things being prevented. This one is a little bit, I think, incoherent, because it's difficult to have positive liberty with no negative liberty. Because that would imply that there is both a state preventing you from doing things, but also that you can do whatever you choose to. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, there can't really be an authoritarian economically left system, which is why the original like political compass squares, it's kind of dumb, right? You know, economically left systems are economically democratic, or at least free. You can't have that with a lack of political freedom. Oh, anyway, irrelevant. The secret third pro-Palestine presidential candidate showing up and winning after enough leftists didn't vote. Paul's ego. Vaush talking about femboys. No, you're turning men's expression to a kink and fetishizing them. Vaush talking about goth/alt women. Haha, goth mommy, slutty, fishnet, fat, goth ass mommy. I want to. Okay, hold on. I don't act like this. I don't do the like Joe Cat tier mommy dummy ooh ah ooh thing, you know? I don't really do it. I mean, I say I think that, you know, so-and-so people are fuckable. I don't really think I lean into the goth thing as hard as other people do. You act like that when you're drunk. Okay, but when I do that while drunk, I don't just single out goth or alt women. I talk about a lot of people that way, which kind of, you know, widely distributes the attention. I don't think I've heard you say mommy once. I find it repellent. I don't like it when girls call me daddy either. So many of them insist on doing it, probably because of how I look and sound and act. But I don't ask them to. You know. Anyway, the issue with the femboy thing is that... No. This is a 20-minute rant. You're not baiting me. Sex. When did Vaush say the femboy thing? He shortly talked about it last stream. Link here. Thanks, man. Oh, wow, this is retarded. How's it retarded? I mean, in some ways, it is okay, but the idea that it's bad to thirst over femboys online generally seems off to me. I didn't say that! I didn't say you can't thirst over femboys. I just think that it's like, femboy is literally a porn category. It's that, like, all expression of femininity, if you're a guy, is framed in the context of it being like a sex or a porn thing, right? Where like nothing else really comes close. A woman in goth clothing is often sexualized, but it's not, you know, it's possible for that to be treated normally. But like a cute guy wearing a skirt and like fishnet leggings or whatever the, you know, this is like literally porn archetype, I think. And a lot of people get really weird about it. I feel like okay, so what I mean is this, okay? And this is real and true, by the way. If you are an attractive woman and you dress up in like goth clothing and you post a picture of you looking a kind of a little bit lewd online, like you're fully dressed, but you're doing like a little pose or whatever, okay. People will thirst for you in the replies, but I think the majority of people will be mostly talking about how you're pretty, you know? There will be a lot of girls saying stuff like, oh my God, you look great, you look fantastic, holy shit, and a lot of people being sort of like respectfully flattering. Where, you know what I'm talking about, right? They do the thing where it's like, oh, you're very beautiful, and like the implication is that of course I want to fuck you, but I'm expressing it in like a restrained way deliberately, right? But if you are a femboy and you post a comparably lewd pic of you wearing a skirt and the tights or, you know, whatever you're wearing, the comment replies are just porn. Like, the pretense gets removed in a lot of cases. It's like a lot of it is just extremely explicit and sexual. And also, it's always the assumption that you're a bottom, which means there's a lot of like very graphic, you know, like, oh, I want to. Which, if they're doing a porn account thing, that's fine. Like, if they're a porn account, then they're going to get that kind of attention no matter what. But I'm talking about, like, broadly. And I think that stuff like that really discourages guys from dressing in a more feminine way. Because if a woman dresses up and looks nice and posts online, you know, I don't think they're going to necessarily get more of that kind of attention online than they would normally. That's kind of like a day-to-day thing. They're certainly not being discouraged from dressing nice because people are flattering about it. But if you're a guy and you live your life as a guy and you like want to try out feminine clothes, you post it online and everyone's just talking about the ass. I feel like that could be like, that could dissuade you. That could make you think like, oh, if I dress or act this way, like I am being a porn archetype for people. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, because that's the point. Okay. It's not saying you can't thirst over femboys online. You know, plenty of cute ones. I'm not saying they're not. Just, you know. All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, right. I'll open the tab, Dr. Strange. Would you say this rule carries over to trans women as well? In some contexts, but I think that knowing the person that you're being sexual towards as a boy gives a lot of people who might otherwise be more respectful implied permission to act less respectful. Like, there are a lot of people who seem to think it's okay to act that way to a guy because there's not the underlying implication of, you know, sexual oppression or the dynamic or whatever. It's the same reason why male strippers tend to get sexually assaulted more often than female strippers, because female strippers tend to be protected by bouncers. Not always, but it's known. Whereas male strippers, like, people put their hands all over them, and it's like very, very common. They still do this to women all the time, though. I know that. I'm not doing a competition thing. I'm just saying I feel like there is a specific dynamic that discourages men from dressing or acting more feminine, that I don't think really applies to women dressing more masculine. Because, like, obviously not. Totally different dynamic. We're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, chat. We're good. We're good, chat. We're peachy keen. You mean the you're a man, you can defend yourself dynamic? No, I mean the guys always want sex. So if you, like, grope them or are incredibly direct or forward with them, they'll always appreciate it dynamic. Are femme girls a thing? Hypothetically possible, but I don't know if it's ever been proven. Oh, Juice or does it not? Community notes. Settlers are not civilians. This is not hard. According to Geneva Convention, combatants are members of national armed forces or organized units. Settlers are civilians. Okay, settlers are civilians. However, when you have marauding bands of settlers in the West Bank, literally like wielding guns, forcing people out of their homes, you know, they're at the very least part of a militia, you know, like civilian militia. I think that's a fair distinction. Vaush V must die. True. Thanks for cropping me out of the little guy there, right there.
And so you are here today because you are seeking employment.
What the f is this?
I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007.
Wait, is that Boogie?
I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues that I bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name,
This might be is this copyright?
Might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile.
Jesus Christ. I got to watch that documentary. Did you watch the Boogie No, clearly I haven't. Upvote this to scare the main sub. I don't know who this is, but I like their suit. Who is this? Oh, that's Pitbull. Oh, I get it. That's Pitbull. I get it. Mr. Worldwide. Yeah. Looking good. Very true. Beans on toast is delicious, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Disgusting. I mean, I've never had it, but I don't need to.
Israel still went ahead and dropped a bomb there, attempting to kill this Hamas commander, knowing that a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children, presumably would be killed. Is that what I'm hearing?
There are a lot of 10-year-olds who do stuff worthy of death. There are like 10-year-old like gang boss, you know, collaborators Yeah, Killua. How many people has Killua killed, you know? I'm just saying. Is that what I was talking about? Fucking... As if the IDF could possibly stop Killua. We're sort of... We're airdropping from 10 kilometers in the sky, Gon and Killua, into the West Bank. They'll sort it out. It's okay. Spectacular. Thank you. When the family gets together for Thanksgiving. I didn't get to see my family for Thanksgiving. Hopefully next year. True, though.
I just fucking hate this world and these human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred. And I always wanted to die violently. This is the time of vengeance.
Was this hatred? This is that like edgelord postal game where you're like a school shooter or whatever. Incredible. Very good. Condemn Hamas? Yes, no. It doesn't let you pump gas unless you hit no. Many such cases. Not my dad, too. Like father, like son. Appreciate the person who screenshotted this, leaving in a little bit of the comma here to indicate, you know, that it's out of context. I appreciate that. That's very good. That's very good of you. True one-state solution could stop the oppression once and for all. Oh shit! True. How do you think the Palestinians would be okay sharing Palestine with the Kurds? Think they could get along? I don't know. They're all like in the Middle East. It's all the same, right? No big. Of course, clueless. Only one way to find out. Watching the sub count go up now that Vaush V got nuked. Stop the count. Hey, there has been a lot of activity in the past couple of months, you know? Clearly some product. Never before seen young Vaush Halloween photo. Yeah, see here? That's a real mustache that I had at like 16. Though I had to dye it black for it to be visible because the comedian's mustache is black and my facial hair is much lighter. 16? Yeah, either 16 or 17. But I think 16. Actually, good costume, though. Yeah, it's cute, right? Dude, how tall are you? I'm 6'2". Why are you cosplaying as a rapist? Oh, yeah. Listen, okay, I didn't know. I didn't know. As a long-time Vaush watcher, I find Vaush less relatable these days. Fat, frumpy neckbeard Vaush, who didn't seem particularly wealthy, was easier to vibe with. Now we've got fitness-focused, fashionista, clothes-shopping Vaush, who snidely tells poor debate opponents to manage their finance better. Wait! Who frequently mentions how rich he is. It's a little off-putting to me as a poor, frumpy fat man. Is it wrong to think he comes across as too bougie lately? I gotta do the Hassan bit, or I have to do... No, I have to do the Pol Pot bit, where I'm like, actually, I am a peasant rural farmer. Hello, it is me. I have stolen Wi-Fi from a local Starbucks, and a wealthy man has allowed me into his home for this recording. I am just a simple farmer. Snidely tells poor debate opponents to manage their finances better. Man, that was funny. Also, that's not literally what I was doing. We were talking about a hypothetical with regards to like managing finances. It wasn't literally me telling that to him. He just took it that way. He's very sensitive. Absolute banger. I stand by it. What the f? Vaush caring so much about camera quality when this is how I watch his streams. Holy shit. This is a 5-inch black and white mini television I bought for $5 at a thrift stop. Yes, this is my actual second monitor. This is the proletarian aesthetic that previous screenshotted individual wants me to adhere to. God damn, this is aesthetic as fuck. Hell yes. Why are there all these like letters on the side? I can't even fathom what insane shit this must have been used for. It's literally your logo. Yeah, it's awesome. Disco Elysium Aztec. Yeah, it's like a radio scope or whatever they called it. Babies before they develop neck strength. Oh, man. Me when I have magnets strategically inserted in my arms and forehead. Fuck me, dude. Enlightened centrism. Ah, classic image. On the plus side, I feel like the amount of enlightened centrist horseshit that I've had to contend with has definitely gone down. Like, I don't think it's as common as it used to be. You know, even most liberals are pretty, you know, pretty polarized against the right. Why is the ghost on the right? He's suspicious, a spooky ghost, you know? I want the revolutionaries. Fun fact, this headband says Hot Chalky on it. You were the chosen one. Senator John Fetterman addresses why he called the phrase Free Palestine reprehensible and his opposed calls for a ceasefire. I'm really about making sure Israel is able to do what Israel deserves to do. Okay, now the hoodies seem kind of fucked up. Yeah, the hoodie used to be relatable. Now he's appropriating from African-American culture, okay? He needs to dial that shit in, all right? Bring it back. Ukrainian former primary school teacher dubbed the Kharkiv Kid Finder reported to be regrettably unable to provide aid to the children of Gaza at this time. Not true. I made it there. Untrue. Oh my god, so many videos in the next block. Boom. Ba-bum. Bum. Bum. Ba-bum. We're probably going to have to draw the threshold at 500 because after this, we're not even done. We still have the most recent month of stuff to go through. It's a big stream day. It's going to be at least a 10-hour stream. That's a lot for me, okay? Two-parter. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is New Year's. You kidding? You joshing me at the moment? Are you at this moment joshing me? 10 hours? Yeah, well, I also have to, like, celebrate New Year's later, you know? Do another PCRF stream right now? Dying Gazans criticized for not using last words condemn Hamas. True, and iterated upon, as we saw later. God is the greatest. Death to America, death to Israel. Cursed be the Jews, victory to Islam. Yes, the Houthi diss trap. Many such cases. Inshallah.
I think you should buy this mug. I'll ask you nicely, but he won't.
Man, I really liked this mug, and I bought it, and then just a few months later, he does the genocide. Now I can't even use the damn mug. Like, it's just sitting in my cabinet, you know? And it's like, now it just makes me sad. Now it's the genocide mug. It's like, this is what Palestinians see when they sleep, you know? This is like, it's like the Joe Brandon night terror. Typical Vaush mod activity. True. Like I've said before, by the way, anyone arguing right now that we still need to vote for Biden in spite of everything that he's done, you are correct. I also think you should dial it down a bit. I don't think there's much material gain to making the arguments right now when Biden is being about as bad as he's going to get. Maybe he'll get worse. I don't know. But I feel like this is probably a bad time. And then as things like sort of dial up leading into the election, it'll be more evident how bad the Republicans are. There'll be a more imminent threat. You know, the logic remains consistent. But you're right, Will from PA, it's a tough sell right now. It is a very tough sell right now. Of course, Thana is still completely correct. So very tough sell. Be careful who you bully in middle school. Holy shit. This looks like a creepypasta. God damn. I'm looking good. Hey, you can't thirst over me, chat. I was 15 here. This isn't 2010, okay? This is 2009 or 8. I think 8. 2008. Baby Vaush. Still 6'2", but yeah. There's no way that's you? Nah, that's me. It was Halloween, so I dressed up as emo, because that was like a thing back then, you know? Vaush experienced twink death, lol. It's literally the Catboy Catman. Catman! Grow your hair back, then shave and freak everyone out. I can't believe I used to straighten my hair, dude. I have such, like, naturally nice wavy hair. When it grows long. Now the work rules. Ah, you're sweet. The Pitbull discourse. Look at this guy. Wee. Big old smile. I like them. Yesterday saw the largest delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance in Gaza so far, and more trucks are being cleared to enter today, but many more are needed. Not done pushing for aid. Israel deliberately bombed Gaza's largest refugee camp, even if a Hamas commander was there, is outrageous and indefensible. Yeah, I really love how, and from Piers Morgan too, dude. Like, man, Israel really cooked itself in the propaganda war. When people like Piers Morgan are going like, well, hold on now, like genuinely insane. If I was to die an early death, I pray my fiancée would remarry with Elon Musk. She deserves to be cared for and looked after and bred by strong stock. You're allowed to laugh at bait like this, but only if you screenshot. These motherfuckers do this shit for engagement. Blue check, they're looking for the money. I'm pretty sure that blue check payouts have gone down massively, though. Like, they're way lower than they used to be. There was a finite amount of money that was put into the pot for distribution to verified accounts. And the number of blue checks has gone up significantly. I have a feeling a lot of people out there are getting like $5 for a whole month of bait posting. Little Dark Age edits. This is the weapon of the enemy. Oh, hold on now. I think the song sounds nice. Maybe we could appropriate it a little bit. Not for like, I don't know, Soviet iconography, but if it's like Ukraine or whatever. In the night. Na 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 da da. Dum bum ba da bum ba bum bum. You at least swear to God. Ba 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 da ba. I don't know the lyrics. It does sound good though. This is definitely copyright. Vaush, when a trans kid in chat owes him what life will be like when he grows up.
Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grizzly reaper mowing?
Okay, I'm not risking copyright anymore already. In conclusion, update your passport. That's the meme. F you. Yo! Anyone else notice this glowing aura on Vaush's sternum lately? No, I remember this. I was saying I'm never going to box anyone because I have costochondritis and my sternum is incredibly weak. And it's like my glowing hit point in a boxing match. Like, I boxed for 8 years. In terms of technique and like the ability to throw a good punch, I feel like I'd actually be a pretty rough contender. I feel like I'd actually be pretty tough to beat. But I also have a giant glowing weak point, which, you know, protecting your face and your sternum is not a great you know, hit the weak point for massive damage. Hello. Live from DC, big day tomorrow. Wait, how is this a meme? Jan 5th, 2021. Hey guys. So they're certifying the electors tomorrow, and I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of you know, inconsistencies in the counts, so I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna make my case heard. They really got a psychopathic screenshot of me too. Aww. Literally, I like the bent mic. It's incoherent. Let's see. We've got a 1911. We've got me, obviously. We've got Luffy's hat, a horse, and we got Pigeon. Fantastic. And an extremely f***ed up mic. Is that a fedora? Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, it's got the tilt. Vaush doesn't even use a 1911. I own 3 1911s. That gun is 2 barrels. 2 barrels? What the f is up with that mic? It's an earlier era of AI generation. Not stable diffusion. 1911 is such a LARP gun. Man, dude, it was a service World War II weapon. It's a classic, okay? Vaushite theory, best strats. Which race has the best stats? From offending everyone, and they have Rage Face knockoff for their image. I wonder. Vaushite theory. Look, they didn't draw the lips around the black guy, okay? So that's something. Gotta be white. Nah, best racial stats have to be like Tibetans because they have the higher lung capacity to handle the lower oxygen levels at the elevations they live at. They literally have like a superpower. Like Tibetans literally have the like mountaintop acclimatization version of being a like Triton in D&D or something, you know? Andeans as well, and some Ethiopians, yeah. BBC after hearing the Palestinian ambassador to the UK, Hossam lost family in an Israeli airstrike. Oh no. Anyway, do you condemn Hamas? Well, this is inaccurate. They actually did this like 6 times in one conversation. In a June 2022 interview, when asked about a stance on the sale of children, Argentina's new president-elect Javier Milei said, "It depends." That is true. That is not a meme. That is true. Yeah, maybe it's a bit bigger. There we go. He's doing like the blue steel face. Look at that. Wake up, babe. It's 2025. Trump leg ticket wins. GOP wins Senate. Bigger GOP House. More Republican governors. 7th GOP justice appointed after Sotomayor slipped in a banana peel. National bans on abortion and trans surgery. War in Iran declared. World War III cooking up. Fascism in full motion. Bernie leaves Earth watching democracy die. Well, Bernie got the Rona a couple days ago, so, you know, you never know. This feels like doom posting. Nah, it's okay. Just get your passport. It's fine. This is the dark timeline. Yeah, it's a doom meme, you know? Is this the bad timeline? Well, it's fine for me, okay? You know, I'm okay with this personally. I'm a white guy. I'll be all right, you know? Tax breaks, let's go. You guys have to get your passports up though. What the Hassan is leaving leftovers. Peering intently. I haven't talked to Ethan Klein since any of this happened, by the way. There's no secret back-end channel, unfortunately. As much as I would like to talk with him about socialism. From the perspective of a socialist, you know. Also, does anyone else feel like Hassan looks incredibly cursed in this image? Not denouncing, or not shitting on the guy's appearance or whatever. I just feel like, I don't know if it's like the like, focal, what's it called? What's it called to determine how like wide your face looks or how skinny your face looks? The focal something? Focal length. Thank you. Donna Trump? No Adam's apple. Female lips. Female hair. Female eyes. True. Female hips. Female posture. Extremely small hands and feet. Never grew facial hair. I don't know, guys. I feel like they might be cooking with this one. That would explain why he's so irrational, you know? Horse lovers are in control. Remain calm. Vaush is now restricted at Vaush's request. Due to pro-IDF brigades, Vaush has requested for the subreddit to be temporarily set to read-only. Patriots are in control. That's why it got set to read-only, because right at the beginning of the shit, with Israel, yeah, a bunch of people were going in there and being like, well, hold on, you know, what if Israel's justified in doing this? Or whatever. Telling a stoner they have an addiction versus telling an alcoholic they have an addiction. That's supposed to be saying I have an addiction, or I'm confused. Health benefits of marijuana: relieves pain, increases lung functioning, slows Alzheimer's disease, preserves healthy eyes. You guys have actually negatively polarized me against weed smokers to the point now where I genuinely think that I would rather date a person who is an alcoholic over a person who just casually smokes weed. You guys have like thrown me in the opposite direction so much, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. Gail M., you have to do it for the love of the game. That's how it is. What about estrogen addicts? If you're asking me if I would ever lower myself to dating some, like, baby trans girl who's still making those kinds of jokes, the answer is no. You got to figure your shit out, okay? I'm no pedo, all right? You got to finish your second puberty before you can get with this, all right? I'm not dealing with your shit. Do you have any idea how insecure the average woman is, leaving aside the baby trans thing? That, you know, figure your shit out. I believe in you. You're great. Figure yourself out. Christ. You know, I've been a guy for nearly 30 years now, and I'm still learning new stuff. You know, you got to give it some time. Oh, there you go, Bisadu. Which is gayer, being gay, getting these kinds of glasses? Yeah. I know. They're very, very hip with the homos. That's true. It's true. Wait, is Vaush gay? I'm just going to throw it out there one more time. I know nobody cares. I don't care that nobody cares, okay? This fit be looking good. I went out and got sushi. Went to a good sushi place, by the way. You know, real good. You've never had sushi like this before. It was real good. Looking drippy as hell. It's a good fit. Thank you. Are you wearing a skirt? Nah, just high-waisted trousers. The important part is that I look gay. Gay selfie angle? Yeah. There's a really weird kind of like heavy Japanese-centric designer fashion place nearby. They've got a lot of really cool stuff. I think the corduroy sumo jacket looks really good, personally. I had it with the thingy rolled back, like the that, you know? I think it looks pretty good, though. There you go, mildly muscular MILF. Nice, Burptardos. Yes. Just gonna leave this here. On the planet as it is, and we're going to run into... Holy shit! I forgot how much he was actually doing that. Oh my god, I saw the memes. I saw the drawings, and I forgot, like in real life, how... More resource issues, the more people we have. Because, in addition to climate change literally eating up millions and millions of square miles of, like, arable population-filled land, we also have the broader problem that these are not, like, problems we need to solve right now. We already have the resources necessary to feed as many people as we want within our own population. If you want to increase the population, again, this isn't like a policy-first issue. If you want, there are policies that you can promote. More children. But the idea of, like, we need to drop everything. Holy shit, how long does this go? Everything. No. I said I'd tell you.
The idea that we need to drop all sensible policymaking and forget about socioeconomics as a concept just so we can pursue this arbitrary goal of population, really, by the way, massive resource conflict, because quadrupling the human population within a century or two would inevitably lead to massive conflict, because those things would not be distributed evenly across populations, people in different territories, that would be fully settled, so we're causing all this conflict.
If you want to ban abortion, just say ban abortion. Like, don't... It's like... It's
I
like
already have. Well, but now back to my argument.
No, wait. I didn't say... Wait. You said discipline... Discipline... Well, I told you. Take a while.
Earlier on in your opening statement, you whined about the left and feminism. Just let me respond to your point. So listen, this is ridiculous. Your initial argument was such.
Hang on. Your initial argument was such. What you said was this. You said... It's true. These two things cannot make sense together. You can't say, why are you advocating a pro-natalist policy?
Holy shit, that's funny. Oh my god. Gotcha, I understand. Will from PA. We committed to a big boy stream today. Big boy. Birth of a brand new moral system, anti-utilitarianism. There's a runaway trolley barreling down the railway tracks. 1 American or 1 billion Americans. I would save 1 American and let 1 billion Americans die. My reasoning is that the value of one individual is significant to me, as in, I believe in valuing and protecting human life at an individual level. While the loss of 1 billion lives is undeniably tragic, I am asked to make a choice, and I prioritize the preservation of one life over a larger number. This is like a Maoist... Amazon apologized to streamer Vaush for Twitch ban over takes in Israel. Yeah, true. True. I'll consider it, Jabberman. Aww! Oh my goodness! Vaush anime ending credits music by Holic Master, Sweet Myths animation by Zeke, or Zeki, possibly, probably Zeke. Credit text from One Piece ending 15. Oh my goodness! The gang's all here! Daniil is cat-facing from heaven.
Is it time to stop streaming?
They've said it's not pronounced Zeke. I'm an American. I can pronounce this how I want. You guys are listening to the lyrics, right? Dude, Sweet Mints are so good. Holy shit. Zecke? Tick, German rightoid slur for leftists. Oh, Zecke. Okay, gotcha. Zecke. Right, I'll remember that. So nice. Thank you guys very much. That's really sweet. I'll send this over to Vermin as well. I know they'll really appreciate it. Let me move my guy. 1 second. Let me Can you save a video just off of? Well, it doesn't matter. They'll give me the video file if I ask. I'll just save this for now. No, Koshgal, I have not. Okay. Thank you, Alec Master. Who's been the libbiest lib so far recently? Libs when drunk, libs when genocide. Yeah, I haven't even. I haven't even seen anything Deepak said about it. I don't know. I guess my enthusiasm for this particular debating over this is just. We aren't going to unpack this. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. This is, you know, I rarely defer to this because I don't think that history always vindicates the righteous, but I really feel like this one speaks for itself in a lot of ways, right? Like, this is such a moral black stain on the world, and it's like, in a way, I think to a large extent, like, they kind of dig their own grave, morally speaking. It's just so unambiguous. Now, that being said, I haven't actually seen Deepak's coverage of the stuff, just a couple of snippets that have sort of given me the impression, I guess, that he's on the other side. Yeah. Click to see not safe for work. Really? It's a screenshot of a bit that a sex worker on Twitter did, a trans girl pumpkin that has a picture of my face taped to it, and it's Lilith Lovett saying, enough about trans rights, it's time to talk about trans wrongs. Not showing that, though. Hamas MF's finding out that Israel is not wanting a truce after they just murdered and kidnapped hundreds of their civilians. Well, I mean, Hamas didn't actually think that was going to happen. The plan from Hamas so far has been going pretty much the way they expected. They do October 7th, they kill a bunch of innocents, they kidnap, you know, whatever. And the whole goal from this point forward has been like righteous martyrdom, and drawing international attention to Israel's crimes. You know, Israel was always going to overreact to this. Hamas knew that. You know, they knew they were going to die. They're okay with dying. You know, it's a martyrdom thing. I don't think Hamas thought October 7th would be that successful. No, I agree. I think that Hamas expected to face much tougher resistance. They probably didn't expect they'd be that able to breach the you know, the wall and sort of kill people and take over territory. Martyrdom for the grunts, celebrating for the leaders hiding out in Kuwait. Yes, yes. What is IFAKS? K Comrade Robin Hood. Oh, thank you, Ice Bear. If Palestinians continue to exist, Dan Eater. A kind of medical pack? Ah, gotcha. We're almost at the 500 threshold for the older posts. And that should do it right there. And then after that, it's just the most recent month, which means it'll be a bunch of memes making fun of me for the fashion stuff. So everyone get ready for that. Words. The virgin anti-electoralist versus the Chad anarcho-Bidenist. Yeah, I've seen these arguments before. Oh, I think this was before the Israel thing. No, it wasn't. Oh, okay. Well, radical Bidenism in the face of r/Vaush v's Nakba. My goodness. It's the amount of sub activity actually has increased, well, in more ways than one. In OKBV, I feel the top post being 2.6K and me having to draw a line at 500 when I used to draw the line at 300 is an indication of a much more activity in OKBV, which is nice. I like that. From the river to the sea, Vaush v shall be free. True! God, I've seen this picture so many times. The absolute freak who posted it. That said, I'm Minecrafting Vaush, don't watch this. Five Nights Freddy's movie is incomprehensibly bad. This movie really was trash, by the way. Like, it's done incredibly well, which is, like, expected, but also it's going to enable the worst trends in movie making. It was really, really bad. And I say that as somebody who is engaged with plenty of FNAF media. It's really bad. People are lying about locking... Which chocolate tastes the worst taste-wise? People are lying about liking dark chocolate. True. Dark chocolate is excellent. Way better than milk chocolate. If I wanted... So white chocolate is whatever. If I wanted to eat milk chocolate, like, why? Like, where's the chocolate flavor? It doesn't even taste like chocolate. It just tastes like cream, you know? Dark chocolate is the way. With a little bit of sea salt. Yes. Very good.
I am Adolf Hitler, command of the Third Reich. Little known fact, also dope by...
Keeping it non-controversial, I see. True. House under Democrats. Party wins control. Nominees decided. Speakers elected. House under GOP. 2 elections in 1 Congress. 2 nominees decided, then both dropped out. 15th runoff vote. Possibly no speaker and government shutdown. Yeah, well, we got one now. So, it finally settled. Vaush V is unironically super hot, like hotter than any traditionally hot male celebrities. Vaush, if you see this, please marry me. I am not even joking. Thank you. Much appreciated. A real thing which definitely happened. Remembering a dude flirting with me and asked if I liked Vaush, and then I sent him this meme, and then he blocked me. Black nationalism is literally the same as white genocide. You're literally calling for the erasure of white people. We must secure a future existence for white people. Yeah, it's true. I'm always saying this. I'm often saying this. From southpaw99.tumblr.com. Definitely a real thing that happened. The raw shirt. Yeah, this is like an ancient reference, man. Was I wearing this yellow shirt while talking to Professor Flowers? Yeah, man, all the way back to the goddamn... As if a Vaushite would block them over this. Yeah, it very much is the like, and then everyone clapped, you know? What the f? Grand Mufti Amin al-Husani, father of the Palestinian nation, meeting with Hitler to discuss the extermination of the Jews. Tankies will say Bandera was a Nazi, but the Grand Mufti was a complicated figure. Islamophobia and misinformation over at r/Vaush. Vaush reputation ruined by the Vaush V sub. Wait, was this a real post to my sub? What are you guys on about? What? Okay. The cross post is dishonest. Notice they hid the vote count. Yeah, that's true. There's a reason it got locked down. Yeah, I suppose so. Do another purge, please. Well, this is from 2 months ago, but yes. Going full force. Pray for me, comrades. Several years ago, Keffels left the Communist Party of Canada. This you, I'm a former political candidate for a Marxist-Leninist party. You have no idea how much grifter dollars I could earn if I decided to abandon my morals. This you, the most base thing ever. I love this image. YOLO swag was so real for this one, man. With Anna Kasparian trying to smear me with by posting the video of me doing the Thought Slime rant, you know? It's a really good image response. It really is. I like it when people keep in his insert doing the horse joke because it makes no sense out of context. I really like that. Rule suggestion: ban thoughts posts. Posting a link to an article/tweet with thoughts as the title without presenting your own view should be banned. Agreed. True. Lowest common denominator shit on a subreddit possible is like, here's this. Discuss, you know? Come here to play ball, you know? Get in the goddamn field. Get out there. Very true. Thoughts? Thoughts on me saying this? Thoughts? We need to step up our Vaush hater game if we're going to compete. Jacobin hated Henry Kissinger so much they wrote a book-length obituary years ago and commissioned 50,000 copies and just let them sit until the mother finally died. Unbeatable levels of hater. I am inspired. Yeah, what was that thing where Henry Kissinger lived so long that he outlived the person who wrote the obituary of the person who wrote his obituary? Like, the person who wrote this obituary died, somebody else wrote his obituary, then they died, and only after that did Henry Kissinger die. Unbelievable how much adrenochrome they had this guy pumped up with. Jesus Christ. Sad UK Vaush. It annoys me when Vaush disrespects other countries. Me when Vaush disrespects my country. Yeah, Jesus. Imagine being sensitive about this and you're a bonger. Notice you haven't denounced Hamas for 0.04 seconds. You sure you don't support the brutal murder of children? Look at this little guy. Ooh. Little IDF baby. Ooh. Sniff, sniff. Love them. All right. Probably copyright. Society if everyone had the exact same opinions, values, and beliefs as me. This is true. However, I do hate how this looks. I hate how, like, the futurist aesthetic is almost always like, extremely stark, like, clean. You could never imagine anyone wanting to actually live there. Like, everything is shiny and rendered in renderite, like chrome, you know? I do hate that. There's also a kind of innate conservatism to the idea of, like, yeah, everything in society will be futuristic and advanced. By the way, you're still wearing business casual. Like, oh, but yeah, don't worry. Things that we have a social investment in, you know, socially speaking, yeah, it'll actually be exactly the same. Everything will be the same. It's just a meme. I'm just saying. Coconut Island. Love this picture of me. Which way, Western leftist? Isn't this the porn star? What's her name? No? Have I been problematic? That's Candace Owens? Oh, wow, I guess it is. This does not look like Candace Owens to me. I was thinking, oh, Mia Khalifa, because of the Palestine flag. Well, you know, Candace Owens wishes that her job was as noble and respectable as being a porn star. It's been going a while. Clippers have mercy. Wait, Clippers for what? Did I do something problematic? This seems incoherent, if anything. Mia Khalifa isn't even black. That's the most Candace Owens photo of her? I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't look like herself there. I don't know. You know, you get a person who's always in front of studio lighting. They wear a bunch of makeup. People look different angles. Is it wrong that I find Owens kind of hot here? This is like the least attractive photo of Candace Owens. It's because her hair isn't tied back. It might actually be that. She does normally have a ponytail. I don't really know.
Luigi, don't be a dinophobe. It takes...
This is also copyright. No, Vaush is a great leftist. He's not reactionary. Look at the clip of one of many times he argued against racists.
All colors to make a rainbow.
Except black. There's no black in a rainbow.
Nice meme. 2008 era YouTube poop shitpost. Excellent. Really, really bringing it back to my childhood. Yeah, many such cases. Yeah, nostalgia hitting hard. Pope invited trans women over for a pasta and meatballs dinner. Former sex worker sat next to the pontiff, making small talk as they had tiramisu for dessert. So based. I saw all the people, like all the tradcath neo-Nazis on Twitter getting upset about this when Jesus literally like dined with prostitutes and washed their feet and stuff. You know, it truly the Pope really bringing it back to the classics in a very good way, very Christ-like. Vaush depressant arc. Hey, did you know that these thumbs get a lot of engagement? I like them. I like them a lot. Vaush V has been purged, except it's back now, of course. It's so Jover for the Des Tiny community after that Vaush pick. After years of memes and right-wingers seething, Destiny finally became a cuck. Seeing him accept to take back the two people who fucked his life the most without them needing to do anything to compensate the damage is terrible literal cuck behavior. The parasociality. I guess I don't have to worry too much about my community being parasocial while shit like this is still present in their community. You know, I personally feel betrayed that you appeared at an event together with someone you dislike without having extracted from them an apology for the manifesto worth of crimes they've committed against you. Very strange. Name me a single anarchist society that's committed to genocide. Nazi Germany. We love our houses here, don't we, folks? Vaush redefines evil. Watch the evidence. True! Oh my god, that's funny. Even the worst villains are shocked. Gotta get Hitler looking down at his phone. Do you think this is hot? Yes, because I think it is very hot. No hesitation, yes. If I looked like Vaush, maybe I'd be able to pull my crush. Instead, I'm getting parasocially cut. What the f*** are you doing? I assumed you were sending this to your partner. This is your crush? Send me pictures of them. Where do they live? I take back what I said about Destiny's community having more of an issue with parasociality. Vaush, she's 9? Ah, yeah, never mind then, sorry. Isn't it funny how slowly but surely Stalinism, ML Vaushites anarchists, becoming the latest bastion of liberalism? Stalinism, ML's Vaushites anarchists, is becoming the last, but... Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. The two-sub solution is dead. Tie me to a missile and fire me at OKBV, I am ready. Yeah, how do we feel two-state solutions are working out in the specific context of the Vaush v. OKBV divide, you know? A contradiction, I feel. Okay, I need to be real for a second. I can't believe I'm going to pull a Destiny here for a second, and I'm genuinely going to ask you guys, because I really need to know, genuinely, what the f*** is up with the internet and incest? You guys realize that if characters in media are doing something bad, that doesn't mean that it's an endorsement of the bad thing. There are so many games that glorify the idea of being a murderous psychopath, like literally everywhere all the time. Games, all media, there's all sorts of shit like that. And then I saw a bunch of people being like, hey, did you know in this game, these two have an incestuous relationship? Okay, so here's my follow-up question, okay? Does the game depict this as a f***ed up situation? Yeah, the game covers the horrible abusive behavior of the sister. Okay, then sure. It's like how people say that like Game of Thrones is like incest fetishy when in the context of the incest is obviously meant to be f***ed up. I feel like it's actually projection. It's like whenever people see incest in media, they instantly project their own porn fetishes onto it. So they go, whoa, why are they putting this porn? Haha, they have incest. That's weird. That's weird. They put incest content in this media. As we all know, the only reason you would put any theme in media is to endorse it. I'm not into that. Like, it's weird. Like, you're projecting. This person right here, Shark Motor, they jerk at the incest porn. Jesus Christ, look at what's popular on any porn site. Anything, drawn, written, live video porn. There's step everything there. step sibling, I'm stuck in the dryer, I fell in, I'm under the couch, get me out of here. It's everywhere. So when people are like, oh man, you put it in a game, it must be an endorsement. Genuine question, like, is it possible that something critical is being said here? Personally, and I mean this, by the way, and you can clip this rant, okay? I think that the prominence of incest in modern pornography is not a like random trend, but a product of people's social isolation and alienation. I think that people are so lonely and are having such a tough time imagining themselves with a relationship with another person who cares about them that they're fetishizing the only relationship you're basically guaranteed to have, no matter how much of a introvert you are, which is that with your family. That's the only relationship that you kind of basically get guaranteed, not always, but you know what I mean. So people fetishize that because then it's like, damn, I could have like somebody who cares about me in a sexual way, but I don't even have to risk going outside. I think it's deeply sad, by the way. I think the popularity of incest as a porn category is indicative of negative trends. I feel the same way about the popularity of cuckold stuff as well. It plays into a lot of insecurity and racialized stuff. Sure. So I think that there's actually room for a lot of critical engagement with that fetish in a way that kind of reveals the problems with it. Now, my understanding in this game is that it's like a visual novel and that some of the routes that you can take kind of engage with her being abusive to him. And if that's the case, is this bad? Like, I haven't played it. Like, isn't that a fine thing artistically? But everyone, you know, everyone's just like, yeah, this person's making a point. Walk and talk adventure with light puzzling. Brother and sister practice cannibalism after witnessing a botched satanic ritual. Do you think this is meant to be an uncritical endorsement of the content of the game? Like, is that, like, you know? Yeah, like, sorry, you can actually do a genocide route in Undertale, so I guess that it's actually like a genocide is endorsed by Toby Fox, you know? Like, this is literally like people going like, Undertale? You mean that game where you can do a genocide? And that's all they have to say about it, you know? Like, what are you talking about? Why is there incest in a horror game? Why? What do you mean? Why can a horror game not have... Can there not be a horror in the abuse of a family member, like sexually abusing you or you being groomed? Is that not like a topic of horror? Isn't that like, I'm sorry, not every horror game can be Slender Man, you know, like the relatable experience of Slender Man. Isn't being groomed a much more like real threat to real people? Like, isn't that something to be like, bro, horror games are supposed to be about animatronics that slowly walk towards your room while you use a flashlight and a security camera to avoid them. What do you mean? What? Like, this isn't horror. Horror can't have, like, you know, content in it that makes me uncomfortable. Why would a horror game do that? People get mad at Kill la Kill for this too, and it's kind of the whole point. Yeah, spoilers for like an 8-year-old anime. But one of the characters in Kill la Kill is in an extremely not consensual incestuous relationship, and I think the anime makes it pretty clear that it's bad. You know, like I don't think you're supposed to come away from that thinking like, oh wow, what an uncritical endorsement of that lifestyle. You know, if I recall correctly, the creator of the game was bullied into quitting. They're gonna make a lot of money off the game. I'm sure they're fine. I don't know. Even the shit show domestic GF shows the relationship they're about. Whatever. JJK insisted. Whoa! Is this spoilers? I don't remember this. I haven't seen like the most recent 2 episodes. Shut up. What the? Nah, disagree that Kill la Kill scene was not critical. Was it not? It was incredibly uncomfortable. I really don't. It was pretty obvious. Oh, nothing. Never mind. Oh, sorry. Sorry. There. I feel like it's even more clear, like, later on. Personally, I think it's, my God, it's almost like art is kind of made to make you feel weird sometimes. What I'll say personally is that, like, as a person who's not sexually submissive, no matter how much you guys want me to be, I think you guys are psychotic, right? The amount of people whose sexual fantasies basically boil down to, I want to be abused and mistreated by someone stronger than me, genuinely insane. I think you guys need help. And I think that if there's media that helps you with that, like critically engages with it, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, it's kind of like, you know, like there's a lot of like porn videos, and hey, what does incest look like according to Pornhub? You know, incest is when you have a sister who gets stuck under the couch trying to reach for her phone, and then she's like, no, what are you doing? Don't pull my pants down. And then she's like, oh wait, never mind, have sex with. Like, that's incest according to Pornhub.com, right? I think in real life, I'm just guessing this based off, like, I don't know, a vague impression that I have of human relationships. I think in real life, it tends to be pretty bad, actually. Especially parental child incest, for reasons that I hope I don't even have to explain. So, considering the fact that you have a subject that's incredibly fetishized, but also in reality horrifying, isn't that a good subject for, like, a horror game to unpack? I don't know. Not saying the game did it perfectly. I haven't played the game. I wouldn't know. But a lot of people seem to take issue with the idea of that being a subject in a horror game, which is like, I mean, why? Why is that an issue? You know? I don't know. Guys, we did it, is what I would say if we had looked at any of the posts from the past month. OKBV Dark Age. Will from PA, I can't. Dark Age is copyright. I mean, I won't be able to play the song, which is kind of the point of an OKBV Dark Age edit, right? Oh, it's an edit. Vaush free refugee crisis. Dude, there's a whole... Look at that. The subreddit of r/VaushV was set in restricted mode. The decision came from Ian Vaush during a live stream. They even did like the like word spacing they do in newspapers, so all the word column stays the same width. VaushV was shut down for reasons being 4 times the usual traffic, being annoying, making too many threads with the title. Thoughts? That's really good. VaushV refugees welcome. Yeah, you know, that's the classic leftist. They're all okay with the refugees as long as they're not settling in their neighborhood, huh? Holy shit, that's good. Why does this have less than 500 upvotes? You guys gotta get on that. You have to be especially engaged with the video posts, okay? There's some goddamn high effort shit. Absolute masterpiece. Holy shit. Oh my god. If this magnificent effort post doesn't get enough upvotes to make it into the next OKBV segment, so help me God, I'll burn this subreddit to the ground. It didn't! It had to be directly linked! I'm glad I looked at it, though, even if we broke the rules a little bit. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's good. And now... we go to the recent stuff. Get ready for fashion. If a person says they're really into listening to music, I assume they're retarded. I'm sorry, if that's what you're selling yourself as, it's like, oh, I like listening to music, something that involves literally no critical engagement. So I don't think there's anything Oh my god. Best incorporation of a amnesia, the amnesia like air raid siren noise. Holy shit. Oh my god. So good. The ultimate spite politics. Unfathomably quotidian Marcus Kuczynski W. Get married, have children, these are life's greatest blessings. Done both before you were born. One of my children made you look like a fool. Love having a dad who's out there for me. Goddamn, in my camp, in my corner. Love that post. Yeah, he's a good dad. Out here supporting. Mom is too, just not on Twitter. I'm enjoying the fashion arc. Vaush S in 2019. We are Legion in 2050. I have gotten a lot of emails from people saying like, man, this really encouraged me to go out and try shopping stuff, you know? So yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it together, folks. We're building it up. Oh man. The drip Legion. Stupid. Runway models. It's Jover. The force leads children in the worst places. Wait, who is this? Who is this person? What? I get the Keffels Zen infighting. The Deprogram podcast. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, make Stalinists of you all. Vaush, don't ever trust habitual drug users. Caffeine and Adderall don't count. True! Very true. Flashing back, as always, to the time that I said that you shouldn't do crack cocaine on subway trains, and someone emailed me very angry about that. Remarkable. God, I hate that podcast. I've never listened to the Deprogram podcast. I feel like I should listen to it sometime. I don't know. Don't worry, guys. No stochastic terrorism here. When we needed him most, he vanished. Just in pro-Palestinian protesters block highway and entrance to Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Well, no, of course not. Because if he was implying and advocating for stochastic terrorism, that'd be inconsistent with the months of insistently claiming that I'm pro-stochastic terrorism before someone else pointed out to him that was retarded and he stopped because he realized it was tough to sell that even to his own audience. He would never do that. It'd be really dumb. On Christmas Eve. Graphics card bad. People who like tech YouTubers are drilling low IQ consumer sheet. Anyway, let me tell you guys about these $200 shirts I just bought. True! Unironically, yes. Very true. Unironically. Oh, just heard a firework. Get around that time. People can see shirts, your graphics card is nerd shit. Well, for me, the distinction is if you're going to spend a lot of your disposable income on something, it shouldn't be because you're just mindlessly chasing a set of like marginal tech improvements. Like you should be critical of the cycle of like getting more money out of people by, you know, just releasing new barely changed shit every year because they're trying to keep the, you know, the industry up, even though they saturated the market. But, you know, fashion is communication, right? So if you want to buy something that you you know, want because it makes you look nice or because you want to show off or whatever, that's not just, you know, you being sold on stuff. Now, of course, if you're just buying constant waves of fast fashion because you're keeping up with seasonal trends, that is really dumb, and I completely denounce that. I think it can happen with fashion too. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah. If you're just buying fashion because you just are kind of like vaguely keeping up with some like, what's it called? Shein? Is that the name of the fast fashion brand? Is it Shine or Shein? It's Shein, right? If it's just like, oh, this is hot now, like buy this, and you buy 50 things, wear each of them once, then toss them out, then yeah, I think that's really, really bad. Yeah. Shein, it's 2 syllables. Shein. That sounds like my name. Karl Marx in his deathbed when he realizes he forgot to account for human nature. Nate Silver made this point recently. Jesus Christ. This Vaush drama. 18-year-olds who assault people and put them in hospital should go to jail. But he was autistic and they took away a Switch. It's his fault. In fairness, chat wasn't too bad about this. But yeah, man, the more I read about that story, the more awful that autistic kid sounded, dude. Holy shit. He was like beforehand, like threatening to like her up or kill her or whatever, and then after he beat her, he like got led away and said he was going to do it again or said like he was really bad, you know. Oh, I thought this was the GTA hacker. No. Wait, what? It was the the adopted autistic kid who attacked the teacher or whatever because of the Switch. Whatever that news cycle was. When I'm in a fragility contest competition, my opponent is pot smokers told that smoking pot every day is an addiction. Hopefully one day I will be able to make statements like, you shouldn't have to be dependent on pot to live without people in chat getting mad at me. But I don't think today is that day. Let's not dwell on it. Pothead, they have an addiction versus telling an alcoholic they have an addiction. True! This is why alcoholics are less annoying about it. Critical. World's evilest man dies, planet rejoices. Okay. I don't understand what this screenshot means or is. Somebody did like an edit of a VTube. Is this a real ad? I don't understand what this is, but I've seen other people post it before. That's an ad that played. So a real ad played over my... So this is a real screenshot of a Vaush exposed sponsored ad with a VTube model overlaid. That's so good. I love that. The video is in the comments.
Howdy, Vaush here. Today we're going to be talking about why all forms of child exploitation is bad, whether it's in the form of labor or other, more inappropriate forms. To do so, I'll be using an edgy analogy, but I am...
No, thank you. But you're in the corner? Yeah, it's like I'm staring judgmentally at somebody who's broken into my house. This is excellent. I love this. Also cute design. Is this meant to be like an independent character, or is this femme me? Because if this is femme me, I actually respect it a lot. I think this is a good take, you know? I like the big glasses. It's my hair color, you know? I've got a ponytail. I like the cropped shirt. Pretty sure it's just a VTube avatar. Well, I'm taking claim. This is Mask You. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Just like staring. I love this. Back when I had the little display case down here. Pigeons over here. I love her. When do you wear crop shirts? Well, I don't. But if I was a svelte girl, I definitely would. I personally have no interest in crop shirts on masculine-looking people. I think crop jackets look great on everyone. On crop shirts, though, you know, I think the crop shirts look nice on like smoother femme bodies. So if I was femme, then maybe. But I feel like I'd have to have pretty good abs. I don't know. Oh, wonderful, Nathan Galang. Yeah, Nathan Galang. I'm very happy to hear that, and I like the model quite a bit too. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going well. Excuse me. Svelte like skinny. Man with crop shirt. I don't think there's anything innately wrong with it. Well, hold on. Let's see what I like here. Okay? What here do I think looks good? See, the thing is, like, I think this looks good, but this also looks like a svelte femme torso to me because I'm really hairy. So to me, when I like, a woman, you know, not really, but kind of really. Maybe it's just like body hair that I don't think works with it, but I don't know. That's just my preference. It's not like an objective thing or whatever. Man with crop shirt, hairy. There we go. Let's get to the heart of this. Yeah, see, sorry, I don't care for it. To me, it just looks like you're about to do like a gay porn thing or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it is so not my aesthetic. Vaush, a girl without a happy trail is like an angel without her wings. Well, sure, girl happy trails are cute. I mean, happy trails in general are cute, but I don't just have a happy trail. I just have hair on my whole body. Like so. High-waisted pants and crop jacket, Vaush's future fit. You joke, but unironically, yes. And I don't think it's a coincidence that in spite of the controversial, maybe, bad art style of Dragon Ball Z, it was fine in Dragon Ball, it got worse in Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people see Dragon Ball Z as like fit aesthetic, you know, like aspirational. Early Toriyama art was so good. Yes, I think Dragon Ball's art was good. Dragon Ball Z, though, and everything from that point forward, just... I Hassan has passed the point of self-parody. Hassan reacts to plagiarism and YouTube Hasanabi reacts. Damn, I should have done this. What the this might not be bad though, depending on how much Hassan reacted to it. If he only reacted to like 30 minutes of it, but made 2.5 hours of content out of it, I don't think that's bad. Yeah. H-Bomb using 1% of his power. Yep. He got permission from H-Bomb. Okay, yeah. The nuke, the orbital nuke. Such a weepy pissant video. Most normal what if alt history tweet. If we're really serious about solving the fertility crisis, the government should give me a harem paid off taxpayer fund so I can personally solve it. I must repress my inherent disgust and inner homosexuality to do what is right for the nation. Although I do not desire in any way a harem of beautiful women supported by taxpayer funds, I see that it is my duty and responsibility to take. Only by brave measures like this can we face this existential threat. This is a real tweet, yes. This has me thinking, though, how many times could I bust if it was a different chick every time? Because, like, pussy do be magic. That is true. I wonder. Because you can go way farther with pussy than you can by jerking off. That is definitely true. Why aren't you drinking? I have to drive later. Vaush having his Aristotle moment? Yeah. I've never actually been to an orgy. You know, I've had my threesomes or whatever. I've always thought, I think that orgies and like bathhouses and glory holes and the like are very hot, like conceptually, but oh my God, the actual practical reality of dealing with that sounds to me to be unbearable, you know? Like, oh my God, like it's just random ass people, or even like, you know, I don't know. Is 3 as high as you've gone? Did I foursome? I forget. I'm sorry. You have to think about it. I don't have a good memory, and I've had a decent number of experiences. Threesomes are kind of overrated after having done them. Well, it has to depend on the dynamic, right? Like, sure, if it's just like 2 people having sex and a third person just kind of like flicking them like while they're having sex. Sure, right. You know, you have to be fully engaged. That's the problem, right? Like you have to abandon cringe as a concept. Because if you're just having sex with one other person, you know, if you want to have good sex, you also have to abandon cringe. You know, you have to sort of commit yourself to the knowledge that you're going to be at least a little bit cringe. You're having sex. What are you going to do? Live with it. But then in a threesome, you're doing that with 2 people. That is literally double the number of people you have to do that with. You know, I think there's a reason why orgies and drugs are often associated, because breaking down those boundaries when you're high as has to be a lot easier than being like fully cognitively present and being like, okay, I now have to be cringe in front of like 8 people. Like, Jesus Christ, you know? Sex is kind of hard, actually. Well, doing it right is, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you want to be lazy, well, you can do it right and be lazy. But yeah, if you're there to perform, and that's the other thing too, you don't want to be lazy at the orgy, because then everyone's going to talk about you. You don't want to be the guy at the orgy who busts in like 6 minutes and then is like, all right, and you like shuffle to a couch or something. Because then like, you know, people are gonna, you know, they're gonna talk at the water cooler. You know, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're that guy who, didn't even get to, like, feel you up, you know? So you have to, the orgy water cooler gossip is vicious. Yeah, 100%. You got to be careful with that. Vaush worse, I was the guy who never busted. I mean, I don't think that's probably better to not bust than to bust in, like, 2 minutes at an orgy, right? Tops always got to perform, bottoms can be lazy. That depends. That definitely depends. That definitely depends. Especially because, like, all right, in fairness, like, even if tops do a lot of mechanical work, right? You know, if the bottom's doing anal, like, that's a lot of work on its own, right? Like, both preparatory and, like, you know, like, logistically, you know, let's not discount the effort being put in. What I'm saying is, let's all bring our best game and let it be a clean fight out there. Okay, I want to see a clean good. All right, I'm the referee in a boxing square. Okay, everyone, I want you to sort of bap your fists against each other. I want a good clean orgy. You know, no foul play unless you have consent, and be respectful. You know. Bottom right's redemption arc. None of this takes away from the fact that they're annoying. Okay. Truly the first generation ever. The first generation to be raised online. Vaush told me to conclude. Kevils taught me many bigotries. Zan taught me to be spiteful. Destiny taught me to hate leftism. Hold on. Destiny 100% owns the spiteful label. Okay? There's no way Zan's taken that from him. Lonerbox taught me to deny genocide. Lonerbox is interesting because I guess in a very technical sense he denies genocides, but he seems to agree with everything descriptively that I would term a like Lonerbox will say like, yeah, you know, the mass killing of the Palestinians through this, that, the other, you know, he just doesn't use the term genocide. So I guess it's not really depending. I don't know if it's like a semantic thing or whatever. I don't know. I talked with him and I thought he was very agreeable, and I think that he's a really smart guy. And I respect his contributions to the space, which is more than I can say about a lot of people. Map of leftism post Keffel Xanderhal split. I will never learn what this drama is. Green, positive relationship. Red, negative relationship. Let's see. Shoe in the mental illness bubble. Okay, so Zan apparently is on the red with everyone but me. Keffels is on the red with Zan and Destiny, but on the green with Lonerbox, Shoe on head, Dylan Burns and myself. I'm in the green with a surprising number of people. I'm very sorry to say, though, I haven't talked to Shoe in a while. You know, it's probably safe to assume. I'll reveal the message that I sent to her, and I'm not joking about this. This sounds like a bit or whatever. We hadn't talked since she messaged me to say she was sorry that Danil had died, which was much appreciated. And you know, I thanked her for that. And then later, and this is the last message that I sent to her, it was a bit longer than this, but I'm distilling it. I'm sort of simplifying it. I'm bringing it down to its basic, okay? It was essentially, hey, so with right-wingers is okay and all, but we're still supporting Biden come 2024, right? It was essentially that. So I didn't get a response to that. So where she stands in the Biden questions left up in the air, but that was the last attempt at communication. You know, truly doing the, you know, the outreach work. That was before the business with Palestine as well. So, you know, she did comment on the video where you agreed with her. So there's that. Did she? Oh, I didn't see that. Lonerbox is good with everyone, which I think is true, yeah. Dylan Burns is good with everyone, which, yeah, makes sense, yeah, for sure. There are a couple missing lines here. Shoe and Destiny, for example, I don't think get along. The Lonerbox Shoe on head relationship, unknown, you know. Where does Bad Empanada fit into? Shameless stealing from ultra-left, but they ban Vaush fans anyway. The People's Sweatshop. Okay, these are the deprogrammed boys. Shameless stealing from the ultra-left. Did they steal from a podcast or a subreddit? What is ultra-left? That sub confuses me. Irony, poison, left, communists. Ultra-left is a subreddit? Okay, gotcha. In terms of like where I line up ideologically, I'm probably closer to ultra-leftists than I am with any other group, including anarchists. Like left comms, you know? They would probably disagree with me. But that's probably the closest lineup that I would get, from my understanding. No, you aren't. Because of anti-electoralism? I don't know if... Oh, wait, hold on. Are left comms by nature always anti-electoralist? Because my understanding was that left comms still had a robust sort of work within the state attitude. Revolutionary defeatism? Ultra-left does not like you? Well, I know that. Nobody likes me. Left comms don't really believe in doing anything. Okay, here's the problem. The idea that left comms are do-nothings was why Lenin called them infantile. But I don't like Lenin, and I don't think his characterization of left comms was accurate. I think that at that time, left comms were just critical of him being a vanguardist, and he was like, oh, you don't like vanguard parties? Well, I guess you don't like anything practical then. You don't like anything. You know, so I think that was a smear on his part. Are you saying then that Lenin was correct and left comms are just do-nothings, and their criticisms of vanguardism are just incidental as a part of them being broadly against doing anything? No, modern left comms are literally like that. All right. You're actually a Peronist? Okay, I'm a Peronist, yeah. The term has evolved. More like devolved, but okay. Well. First they came for the music fans. No, that's degenerate art. Doing sort of Khmer Rouge radical you know, peasant advocacy in the form of banning all music. I'm pretty sure that they did execute musicians, so watch this. What? Bunny rabbits? Vaush obviously needs to be the target of H-Bomb's next hit piece. One can only imagine the skeletons that'll be revealed with such a reckoning. Well, that's the nice thing about being a live streamer, I suppose. You can accuse us of stealing content, but plagiarism's pretty tough, you know? The amount of effort that it would take to, like, read another person's writing and then repeat it, like, word for word live would be quite difficult. It's not impossible, or you can at least copy the sentiment, but people usually know where my thoughts are coming from. Yeah, when I steal from Wikipedia, I have Wikipedia on screen. Vaush debates a black woman. You tanky, you just want to kill white people. I hate women. You know I can just say the N-word. Vaush debates a Nazi. Good day, my fellow Aryan. I'm very happy to discuss how we can bring glory to the white race and its people. As hail Azov, hail Biden, hail destiny. Ah, that's, you know, it's not an actual hate meme. I see you. Life under Vaushism. I don't understand. Why'd you give me this webcam and PC? I thought I was going to be mining coal after the revolution. Start streaming! Unironically, yes. We will repurpose everyone who works in the fossil fuel industry as live streamers. It will actually be better. By a miracle, you survive a plane crash, wake up in a remote island. Vaush is there with you. True! Thanks, YouTube. Searching Vaush. You're not alone. 988 Suicide and Crevice Lifeline. I heard people saying that they got this. I don't know if it's literally because they searched for me or if this just happened to a lot of people and people in my community just tend to watch me, so they associate it with me. But yeah, I have no idea. Maybe I did a video that was related to depression or suicidality that flagged something on YouTube to like make my topic associated with their topic. I'm not really sure. Serious times, serious people. President Sunday, Karl Marx, Keffels, NB-phobic roadrunner, Xander Hall, credible death threat. Gosh, I'm famous on YouTube.com. Your garden sucks. Activist gardeners trying their best. No! I remember this. Gonna be walking through Capitol Hill and get jumped by some people being like, hey, you're the guy who hated our garden. New H-Bomb video just dropped. I wonder whose career he's ending with this one. Horse is a deep dive. Well, he doesn't trust horses, right? So Vaush's channel manager is a Giga Chad. I can never be friends with someone who's on good terms with Shu. Shu doesn't promote her positively in public, so you could use it on your literally one day later. Hey guys, look at the new video I made. Okay. This wasn't intentional. And apparently she responded to it. I'm not involved, okay? Real quote. Honestly, I'm pro... Is this a real picture? Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. It just sounds really shitty, but I think Israel should just draw its borders about where it is now, and Palestinians can go live in another place. Is that a real quote? I don't know if it is. I don't know. I don't know if the picture's real. I don't know if the quote's real. It really is a real quote. It was the craziest thing I've ever heard. The context around it doesn't justify it. Is that real? I don't know. Did he also say it while he was at the beach right here, just like this? We can only assume that is the context in which he said it. Ah, there's a little, what are they called? Gnat? Well, gnat here. Trying men's underwear as a trans guy. Why have a ballroom with no? I'm pretty sure MeUndies has an option that would fit pretty well while being dickless, right? I feel? I don't know. Since you believe you've learned a lot about biology, I have a question for you. What is a woman? A woman is someone who covers their drink when someone like you walk in a room. True! Very true. Wait, why are you guys linking? Stop linking. What are you linking? Stop linking. Jesus Christ. We have a process here. You just linked a giant post with 34... What are you... I'm banning you. Who linked this? Someone give this to Vaush. It's important he reads this. No, it isn't. Vaush allowing us to use, now allowing us to use tactile N-words. Haiti's first president, Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Linus? It's like French, right? I don't... Called Polish people the white N-words of Europe, which was then regarded as a great honor, as it meant brotherhood between the Poles and the Haitians. Very true. All the fashion haters, I see you. I don't like that he looks gayer now and can't pretend that he's straight anymore. I want Vaush to stop talking about fashion and go back to the old ways. Unironically true. I maintain that a lot of this does come down to homophobia and misogyny. 100%. I maintain this. Thank you, Young True 100. I need to see your kid's genitals so she can play sports. Yeah. The Floridian Republican Standard. Did I see the present Sunday post? Row the Moderate, you should be knowing. You've been around here long enough to know that you can't spam all caps without getting banned. Why are you doing that? How can I make the left more appealing to all these alienated young men? I know, I'll declare war on potheads. Alienated young men hate weed. I will say, you being potheads probably isn't helping with you being an alienated young man. I have to say, you know, when it comes to solving life problems, getting high is definitely not very high up there on the list of methods by which you can, you know, tackle and resolve them. Just saying. Doomer ass shit. Pot is a social drug. Oh yeah, I'm sure the alienated young men who are constantly smoking weed are inviting all their friends over to do it every time. There's definitely not any kind of like loner habitual element to this. Come on. The real social drug is alcohol. Everyone knows that. In fact, people consider it to be a pretty huge red flag if you consistently drink alone. So what if you smoke pot alone pretty often? Destiny, when he wakes up on Christmas morning, looks under the Christmas tree and realizes his CIA contract didn't give him the big booty Vaush oiled up twerking animatronic he wanted. You guys doing okay? Guys doing all right? Good morning, comrades. Stalin killed leftists too. The leftist Stalin killed. I think I replied to this, and this person like replied to me in a semi-jokey way. I don't actually know if they're a fan of mine or not. Probably not. They have a hammer and sickle. Lenin's politics are most similar to Vaush, Destiny, Obama, AOC. Probably closer to Destiny's than mine. Not really sure. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Lenin wasn't democratic, and neither's Destiny. He's pretty he's pretty anti-democratic in a lot of ways, whereas I'm radically pro-democracy on a sort of holistic level. So I don't know. Maybe. Also, Lenin killed anarchists, and I haven't done that. Well, there you go. Least depressed Vaush hits. Oh my god, the layers! Billie Eilish has lost more than 100k followers on Instagram after coming out. To be fair, she would have lost way more if she came out as straight. Yeah, true. Hey, the rep. Why y'all talking about Taiwan and child sexual abuse material in this thread? Comments locked. The curse of being me in the broader public. My like a shadow, you know, I'm haunted. Just anywhere, you know, anywhere. In this video, I drop a big happy holidays. Big one, hard H. Did this to show my interlocutors their language didn't impress me. Their war on Christmas. Don't frighten or disarm me. You can see the reaction that works. This is an example of what I'd call an invocation of a war on Christmas for good. Second video essay is Hit the Summerton. Oh yeah, the other one. I haven't seen the other one. It's ogre. Video. That's definitely copyright. Vaush and Hitler finally meeting each other. What is this from? Is this from the Last of Us? I never saw the Last of Us TV series. Yeah, it is? Okay. I heard this episode was really good. That's true. Stalin Lenin on the train back to Germany after Vaush informed them they were red factions. Haha, sorry. Minorities threatened by the rise of fascism was forced to look at AI art on Google image search. Unironically, the death of humanity. Me when I found out what the Zan Keffel's drama was about. That's it? It was just more shoe bullshit? Was it really that, guys? Was that really the gist of it? Holy shit. Vaush isn't relatable anymore now that he looks like a successful functioning adult. In fairness, my goal is not to look like a functioning adult. I want to become a fashion weirdo. My goal here is not like men's fashion advice basic where I wear like chinos and a shirt and a sweater over it. I want to go outside looking weird. I want to look like a JoJo character. I'm building up to it, okay? I want to be off-puttingly drippy. Yeah, I want to look like a goddamn character. Real Washington's Roman Pride. True. My father, dude. Debate me, man-child. We'll see who is really retarded. And, you know, having fathered me, he has a pretty good understanding of the issue as well. Lefties normally, lefties in the Middle East is mentioned. This is definitely true. I can permit the idea of lefties doing the critical support thing for a lot of orgs, but man, when people with Pixiv profiles start talking about like ISIS or whatever. Lonerbox and Vaush spew Zionist propaganda for 2 hours. Oh, did Bad Empanada cover my conversation with Lonerbox? Was I doing Zionist propaganda? Wait, I'm actually kind of curious how you could argue that I was doing the Zionist propaganda. I spent the whole time being like, yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of feel like Israel is Nazis. I kind of feel like they're monsters. Genocide, 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 genocide. Like, what? How does that work? Like, what was I? Maybe I denounced Hamas too harshly. Yeah, maybe. I didn't wear the like Arabic green headband during the conversation. Enough said. Oh yeah. A bunch of people in Vaush V were saying like they were being mean about this shirt, which is dumb. I don't even have anything to defend here. I look great all the time. Thank you. But some people were calling it like a Stalin shirt or something. Like this, it's just a Western pearl snap shirt. It's not like a remarkably like they saw this and they thought it was like the big military coats that have the little straps here, the button in, you know? Stalin was a huge fan of John Wayne, to be fair. Is that true? That might be true. I don't know if that's true, but maybe. I'm sorry, I was the first person who said you look like a slave owner, which is also incoherent. It's not, it's a Western shirt, not a slave. It's for like cowboys. Slave owners would have dressed like Southern dandies. Here, Western shirt. Mine's just all white and moleskin. Picture the median slave owner. Literally, look. It's just the thing that took me aback was not people disliking it. It's just incredible how many people are so unfamiliar with like very, very, very basic fashion trends that they saw this and called it like a Stalin shirt or whatever. That was a lot for me. You know, that was a lot to take in, I feel. I got more cartel boss vibes for it. Well, yeah, Western style clothing is pretty popular in Mexico. You know, they had more cowboys than we did. Of course, Bolshevik. I love sincerity. And thank you. I'm happy to hear you're doing better. Look up Bong Bong Marcos. You'll see the resemblance. Filipino politician? Kind of? I mean, it's just, it's like an embroidered button-up. This isn't Pearl Snap, is it? I don't think it is. Maybe it is? I don't know. But it doesn't have the shoulder pads. I mean, I understand the association. I think it's drippy, though. Well, sure, yeah. Not much of that over here in the West, sadly. God damn, we just looked at a lot of posts. Holy shit. White shirt looks like white shirt. I mean, there are different kinds of white shirts, sure. Many of you have already had your New Year. Some of you are about to have it. I hope those of you who had it had a great one, and those of you who are about to have a great one. Look, I enjoy these streams a lot, and one of the things that I enjoy most in these streams is the knowledge that, in spite of me being, you know, a goofy goober and all, a lot of people take good life lessons from them, if not necessarily because I've given good advice, then at the very least because we care about the right things here, you know? Equality, social acclamation, well-being, that kind of stuff. I'm sure that the coming year, 2024, is going to be a rough one. You know, I don't see a lot of people out there posting this is going to be their year. I think that we all know it's not going to be an easy one. I have no idea how bad it's going to get. And for the most part, you have no control over whether it goes well or poorly in the broad sense, you know, but you have control over a lot of personal stuff. And it might not feel this way often, but for the most part, your happiness is in your hands. No matter how bad things get out there, for the vast majority of people, the circumstances that will determine whether or not they're going to have a good day or a bad day, a good month, a bad month, a good year, a bad year, it's largely up to them. Now, it's not a fair game. You don't have control of all the elements. It's not like, you know, it's not like you're being given every card to play here, but you have enough of them that you can make a difference. So, for this year, take responsibility for your own well-being. Don't think, okay, well, I want to do these good things, you know, I'll wait to begin this thing. Once I start this thing, none of that. If you want something, do it or take it. You know, be a blazing star. Care about what's going on in your life. Every day is an opportunity to do something you've been thinking of, you know? Your life doesn't start once you've done that thing, once you've messaged that person or gone to that event or gotten that facial feminization surgery or whatever. Your life started the day you were born, and one day you're going to die. And in between now and the day you die, you have an enormous amount of control over how lived your life will feel. You know, like you get the time you get, right? But living is an active process. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work, but it is very worth doing. So don't, you know, no delaying, no whatever. Every moment you're here, it's a moment you have to take action and make positive changes and set things right in the future. And even though it's difficult, it gets easier the more you do it, you know? It gets easier the more you do it, right? I love you all very much. Happy New Year. I hope you have a delightful day. I'm not going to stream tomorrow because it'll be New Year's Day. I'm going to chill. But we'll resume the streams as they should be resumed soon. Going to do lots of exciting stuff next year. I can feel it. Feel very active and engaged. Yeah, no, I care about you guys individually. Not most of you, because I don't know you guys. Some of you I do know individually. For most of you, I care about you in a kind of sort of aggregate, averaged sense, you know, and that's the most you're going to get from me. I'm a public figure, okay? But don't think that makes it any less sincere. In the broad sense, I am wishing you the best. But ultimately, me wishing you the best, that doesn't do anything. It's you who does the real work. So good luck. Take care of yourself. I'll see if anyone's streaming right now. I don't know if people will be or won't be.